All right. Welcome, everybody. How is it going today? We are back, and we are playing some Stardew Valley. But we're not just going to play Stardew Valley. No. Today, we are going to be playing a D&D campaign as run by an AI. A new AI character, who you'll be introduced to shortly, is going to host a very fun, very special D&D campaign for us, and it should be a lot of fun. I'm very excited about it. I've been working on this all day. So that is what we are going to do. That means the Stardew Valley menu here, completely useless to us. What we actually need is this. This is our setup for the day. This is where we are going to have our D&D game. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to happen here, okay? Welcome, by the way, for just joining us. We have over here, YouTube chat. We're going to have Twitch chat above us. Everything's kind of still kicking up right now, but welcome if you are joining us on Twitch. They're just busy. Let's have some fun. There we go. So welcome. Someone got timed out. I don't know what they did, but Nightbot immediately timed them out. Sorry about that. But yes, welcome if you are joining us. How are you? So how is everybody? Wait, hold on. Is the D&D official or something you made? Neither. This is going to be a D&D campaign imagined by an AI in real time. So we're just getting everything set up. As you can see here, I have just a few things that I'm going to be starting the game with. I have some basic tools, and I have 4 apples, just to have some food, right? So we can, you know, I don't know what we'll do with those. Last time we did this, it was in Animal Crossing, and we had 4 peaches, and those came in handy. So we'll see what happens. This is going to be a wild ride, so I'm excited to get started here in just a minute. Is this that new AI all the kids are talking about? This is probably that. Yeah, this is probably that. Okay, cool. So I'm just kind of waiting for things to get going here. I have the AI booting up, and we are going to get started. I should explain too, if you are on the Twitch side of things, we're doing YouTube and Twitch dual stream. The Twitch chat is going to be able to vote on certain aspects of the campaign. So we're going to be just throughout the day, as time goes on, not for every single choice, but when I kind of come up, against a world of options, we're going to let you guys weigh in, and then I'm going to put a poll up, and if you're in Twitch chat, you'll be able to vote on it. It has to be this way because YouTube doesn't let me have your votes detected in the way we're going to do it. So, we'll just see what we can do. So yeah, if you want to participate in that, be sure to join us over on Twitch. Cool. All right. So I think we're probably about ready to get started. Everything looks as though it is booted up. So I think we're going to get ready here. Let me know if the music at any point is too loud. I've added some music. I've done a whole bunch of work in the background today, and I just want to make sure that it's not going to overpower me talking or anything like that. Cool. Okay. Brian, how's it going? I've heard about Dungeons & Dragons, but Dungeons and Dragons? It's a lot. You'll be able to handle it, though. Okay. Hope the stream will stop freezing. Is it freezing? I'm not getting any negative alerts from Twitch this time saying it's unstable. I did lower the bit rates from the last Twitch stream we did. Jenny, how's it going? So yeah. Or Janelle? I'm not sure which. Why don't we go ahead and introduce everybody to our host, our dungeon master for the day. And we'll see what we can do. I'm trying to think, should I just have our dungeon master introduce themselves, or should I think we should just start the game. They don't really need an introduction. You'll see in just a moment. All right. Here we go. All right. You are our dungeon master, and we are about to play our first game of D&D together. But before we do, you should know that we are live. There is an audience watching us. And also, before you tell us about the game today, I wanted to also let you know I have a few things in my inventory that you should be aware of. I have a basic set of tools, including a sword, an axe, a pickaxe, a gardening hoe, a scythe, a watering can, and a fishing rod. And also in my inventory are 4 apples. As far as I'm aware, I have no money. You already know what skills I have and everything, so that should be all the information you need. Why don't you tell myself and everyone else about the campaign, because we are ready to get started. Okay. And now we let them cook. It'll take a while. It's probably on your end. I hope not. Well, I guess for my sake, I hope. It's saying unstable again. Yeah. I'll keep tweaking settings. Every stream, it'll hopefully get a little better.
So here we are in the land of Stardew Valley. Yippee. It's a dreary, overcast morning, and you've just gotten out of bed on the farm. You've named it Spectacle Farm. What an imaginative name. You check your mail to find a letter from May, Lewis's once beloved cat. Apparently May's left behind a loving legacy, a hidden treasure stashed somewhere in the valley. The hint: find the heart of the town and seek the past. Illuminate the dark. Look where light doesn't last. Your ultimate goal is finding where May's treasure lies hidden. But it won't be easy. You'll have to seek help and information from the townsfolk. And please try not to ruin everything I've carefully planned. Let's start our silly little adventure, shall we? You're at the farm. Where would you like to go first?
Okay. So we have a letter from a cat. Is that what I was a little distracted because I was trying to find a button, and I realized partway through his speech I didn't have the button, so it distracted me. I'll need to read this real quick. So let's see. May's left behind a loving legacy, a hidden treasure stashed somewhere in the valley. The hint: find the heart of the town and seek the past. Illuminate the dark. Look where light doesn't last. Okay, it's a riddle. I'm not into riddles. I'm not excited about the riddle at all. The ultimate goal is finding where May's treasure lies hidden, but it won't be easy. You'll have to seek help and information from townsfolk, and please try not to ruin everything I've carefully planned. Okay. So it looks like we're free to just do whatever. Maybe this is the time I'll just invite you guys to give us some suggestions. I was hoping it would be a little more straightforward and I would just kind of like know where to go. I have no idea what to do. So what would you guys do? We've been given basically an open world here. Go ahead and throw some suggestions in. I'm going to pull up a poll and I'm going to take my favorite ones and I'm just going to start jamming them into this poll, and then you'll get to vote on them. Yeah, the AI didn't sound very happy to see us. Yeah, I don't like riddles. But we checked our mail. We found a letter from May. So it's a talking cat who can write letters. Has thumbs. Go to Linus's house because he is the heart of the valley. Okay, so visit Linus. All right. Or I should say, what should we do first? All right, so option 1 is visit Linus. Okay. What else? Any suggestions? We're at the farm. We've opened a letter. It had a riddle. We got to find some treasure. And we're going to have to talk to people. We're going to have to figure out where this treasure is. Or we could do something else. You know, here's where we're at right now. We have the entirety of Stardew Valley at our disposal, okay? Let me pull up my character here. We are here. And we can go where we want. Linus is going to be all the way up here in the mountains. So up here. Thought the stream wasn't starting for another hour. Well, you're here now. So I guess visit Linus. We're not getting a lot of suggestions, and that's okay. Maybe we'll just go visit Linus then. We won't vote on it. All right. Let's go ahead. Oh, I hope the music's not going to be too loud. This is just going to run in the background, but I want to make sure it's not going to be too loud. Okay. I think we'll tell the AI we'll visit Linus. Okay, Sebastian, I think what we would like to do is leave the farm and head north. We want to make our way up and, to like the northern part of the map, and we want to visit Linus. And we want to ask Linus maybe what he knows. Okay. Visit Granny. That could be next. Become a wizard. We can go visit a wizard.
Of course, because why wouldn't we want to go speak to the hermit in the tent? Always bringing down the joy of progression with annoying sidetracks. Typical.
What?
Sure,
What?
let's go. As you stride through the dewy morning fields, heading north towards the train tracks and Linus's humble abode, you see an old tree with a couple of ripe, plump peaches hanging from its branches. Fancy a detour on your fruitless pursuit to solve May's riddle? You might need to roll your D20 for resource gathering.
Okay, so we've stumbled upon a peach tree. All right. Sound was a little delayed there. 3. I rolled a 3. Okay. Sure, I've just rolled a 3, so I don't know what that means. Why does it sound so much like Wilbo? I wonder why.
Clearly outshined by your spectacular failure. You try to get those juicy peaches, but clumsily you lose your footing and crash into the tree. Not only do you fail to secure the peaches, you also lose 2 of your apples from your inventory. How do you feel about that? Quite the expert resource gatherer, aren't we? Anyway, you dust yourself off, and with somewhat damaged pride, continue your journey north toward the matching disaster of a residence that Linus calls home.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I think we're there. I don't know. How did I lose 2 apples? That's so unfair. You crushed your apples or they just exploded? I guess so. Okay. What do we do here? Hold on. I think I have some, so where are we right now? I think we are north-ish. We're about in the mountains right now. Okay. All right. I would like to knock on Linus's door, I guess. I'm assuming we've made it to Linus's tent. So, yeah, I'd like to get his attention somehow. I tripped so hard, my kidneys burst and 100,000 was drained from me. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, the grand door to the tent. Ha! You walk up to the flap of Linus's tent and give it a pathetic little knock, as close to a knock as one can get on canvas. Linus peeps out, surprised and probably judging you for your clumsiness earlier under the tree. Hello? He says, genuinely baffled. Now might be a good time to roll your charisma to get him to tell what he knows. You may proceed if you can.
Okay, we just got a raid, by the way. Oh my gosh. For some reason, there's messages being deleted. I don't know what's going on, but Diana Raid, thank you. Welcome, Raiders. You were joining us like right at the beginning of this. Thank you, Diana. That's very nice of you. I think it's like the first raid we've had on this channel, so thank you so much. If you're ever on Twitch, we are playing D&D, but it is run by an AI, and it takes place in Stardew Valley. I have no idea what the campaign has in store for us. I am the sole character right now, but you guys in Twitch chat will be able to help make some choices along the way, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But basically, we've just tried to get Linus's attention. He said, hello, and so now I've been asked to roll my dice and check my charisma. So that's what we'll do. And we rolled almost a 3, but it's a 10. Okay, that's perfect. The dice roll landed on 10 this time, so we rolled a 10. I got to be careful not to say a 10 because it comes out the voice recognition thinks I'm saying a 10, like as one word. Okay. Let's see what he says here.
Now that's what I call luck. Well, I suppose not everything you do is entirely hopeless. With the charms of a Casanova, you win Linus over in no time. There's a flicker of interest in his eyes as you explain May's letter. Strangely enough, Linus enjoys the company, probably needs more visitors, honestly. He admits to not knowing anything specific about May's treasure, but he does shed some light on illuminate the dark. Look where light doesn't last. According to him, this might be referring to something underground, somewhere without sunlight, useless or useful. Couldn't have guessed that, could we? But, oh, we're making progress. Where would you like to venture next, O Enlightened One?
Okay, so I think Linus gave us a riddle too, which is really frustrating because I hate riddles. And also Nightbot is turned off, by the way. I don't know what was going on with Nightbot, but I fixed it now by just turning it off. So everyone behave. Raid message had emotes. Well, okay, you can use your emotes now. That's very weird. I like emotes. I don't know why Nightbot was not set up properly. I apologize. But welcome, Raiders. We'll try that again. How are you? Hopefully you can chat now. And hopefully your messages won't be deleted by stupid Nightbot. Okay, so what was the riddle he gave me? Hold on. He admits to not knowing anything specific about May's treasure, but he does shed some light on illuminate the dark. Look where light doesn't last. Okay, no, he was trying to decipher the riddle for us. According to him, this might be referring to something underground. Okay, so we just go to the mines, I assume. Okay, cool. All right, Sebastian. Well, it sounds like Linus is telling us to go to the mines, and that's where I would like to go next. Where'd you guys get those awesome dancing squeakoids? I love those. Like a dungeon? It is Wilbo's voice, yeah.
Well, look who's finally catching on. Heading to the mines, are we? Interesting decision. As you make your way toward the mines located at the northeast of the map, the day seems to grow colder, and a thick fog starts to roll in, shrouding everything in a spooky gray mist, because we needed more drama. You reach the entrance of the mine, a foreboding black hole that promises darkness and maybe some answers. It's filled with potentially dangerous creatures, so you might want to stand your ground. Shall we step in? Maybe you could roll your perception before advancing any further, if that's not too troublesome.
Okay. So we're in the mines. He wants me to roll my perception check. Yes, you have to sub. Yes, I put my cursor on it. I wanted to see where that specific emote came from. That's awesome. All right. So we got to roll a perception check. Now, I did say that combat is allowed to happen in the mines, but I don't have any idea what my health is or anything. So I guess Sebastian's just going to have to determine that for us. But I'll roll my perception check. Is that 17? Okay, that's not bad. All right. My perception check landed on 17. Okay. You're a good alien geek. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's see what he says.
Oh, your perception just decided to level up when it matters the most. I am flabbergasted, honestly. Using your heightened senses, you examine the surroundings and notice that the entrance of the mine is booby-trapped with something that resembles a trap of the ancient Pelican Town community.
What?
You manage to avoid it and safely make your way into the darkness of the mines with your tiny little sword at the ready. Inside, it's as dark and unwelcoming as you anticipated, and the low growls echoing through the awe-inspiring gloom. Those would be the cave monsters. An unexpected trip to the mines is always more entertaining, isn't it? What's your next step, hero?
Okay, that was a little bit messed up. Well, first of all, sometimes it's not about the size of the sword that you wield, okay? It's about avoiding monsters so you don't have to use it. So that's what I would like to do. I don't want to get into any fights. I don't want any trouble. So I need you to help guide me through that. And I guess I'm just looking for clues to solve this annoying riddle. Manly.
Sure, swords are overrated anyway, right? And who needs a valiant combat when you can sneak your way like a scared chicken? Fits your style perfectly. Okay then, let me roll a d20 for stealth. Let's hope your sneaky skill measures up to your grand ambitions. You wouldn't want to face off against something that could tear you apart. That wouldn't be fun. For you, at least. Asterisk rattles random numbers in the void asterisk.
What?
The result is 8. You can interpret that however you like. Just remember, the echoes in the mine are growing louder. Tick-tock.
Wait. Why did he rolled an 8? That doesn't make any sense. I'm supposed to roll, and he's supposed to tell me what to do. No. Okay, hold on. Wait, Sebastian, I think you're confused. I'm supposed to roll a stealth check, and you're supposed to tell me what happens. But it seems like you've rolled an 8, and that doesn't mean anything to me. I think you should give me an opportunity to roll because you're the DM, and I'm the player. Okay? How is this going to go? I'm a little bit nervous that he's...
Apologies for my mistake.
Okay.
Your role-playing abilities are so lackluster, I confused you for an NPC. Why don't you roll a stealth check then, since you're so keen?
Oh my gosh. So mean. 17. I didn't expect her to be so freaking mean. Okay, the dice landed on 17. What's that? He said 8. Deal with it. No. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it did. You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you? You expertly tread through the treacherous cavern, dodging stalagmites and weaving through the shadows, keeping yourself hidden.
Okay.
The growls of the monsters echo around you, but miraculously, you remain unnoticed. Maybe you can actually do something right. That's new. In the farthest, darkest corner of the mine, you come across an ancient mural depicting the founding of Pelican Town.
Okay.
Illuminated by a solitary ray of sunlight, seeping from a crack in the ceiling, its colors faded with time. The heart of the town, the clue from May's letter, rings in your head. Honestly, didn't think you'd actually manage to find this. You are, after all, full of surprises. So go on, what's your next course of action? Or are you planning to get lost in the dark, too?
Okay, now. This is where we'll start to take some suggestions from you guys. We've just stumbled upon a mural, I guess, that depicts the founding of Pelican Town or whatever he said. What should we do next? I'm open to your suggestions. Go ahead and just shout them out, and I will add them to a poll, and then you can vote on them. I'm going to reread this because I'm actually confused as to what should I do? Come across an ancient mural depicting the founding of Pelican Town, illuminated by a solitary ray of sunlight seeping through a crack in the ceiling. Its colors faded with time. The heart of the town, the clue for May's letter, rings in your head. Okay. So we're thinking about the heart of the town. That's the letter. Tried sending a raid message. A couple of us might have been timed out for 10 minutes. Oh my gosh, 10 minutes. Welcome to Twitch. Didn't realize you were here. Hope you're having fun. The bots can be intense with the settings sometimes. Yes, I got rid of Nightbot. I apologize, Diana, and thank you for the raid. It completely, Nightbot destroyed it. I'm so sorry. I've turned Nightbot off. Nightbot's in timeout. I assume it's Nightbot. It could be Automod. Maybe Automod is set a little too intensely. So yeah, let me just apologize there. So currently, I'm open to suggestions as to what to do. We've basically, in the campaign, we're staring at a mural right now. We have a letter that had a riddle on it, and part of that riddle said that we need to keep in mind the heart of the town. And so that clue is now ringing in our heads. And Sebastian wants to know what our next move is. So I'm open to your suggestions. Turn left? Just literally like face left? Okay. I'll just put turn left. We have the mural. We found what we were looking for, but we could just turn left. All right. What else? I'm sure Sebastian would love that. He's been in such a good mood this entire time. Facing left, you solved the riddle. Good job. Yeah. He seems over it. He's kind of letting me have it easy, I think. Go to town hall. Just go to town hall. Okay. Go to town hall. All right, that's option 2. What else? I'm writing a poll, and you guys can vote on it. Light a torch. Light a torch. Okay. I don't know where I'll find a torch, but we'll see. You keep criticizing him. He can't hear everything I'm saying. He can only hear me when I hit the button. We could talk as much smack as we want right now. Go to town, then turn left. Go marry Shane. Okay, go marry Shane. Oh my gosh. Go home. Okay. Nobody wants to interact with the mural. No one wants to investigate it. I'd say go to the hospital. Lots of hearts in there. Okay, go to the hospital. Defeat the... I didn't know there was a gargoyle. How about I'll just say fight a monster instead of defeat a gargoyle. I didn't hear anything about a gargoyle. What are you meant to do with the mural? I think we're supposed to, like, investigate it or something. Is the community center considered the heart of the town? It could be. See if it shows a hidden message. Look for a hidden message. Okay. And I'll take 1 or 2 more here. Cheat mode. Spawn gargoyles. Go to the poetry guy? Who's the poetry guy? Pour water on it? Pour water on the mural. All right. We have 9 different things we could do. Elliot? I don't know. Oh, could be Elliot. Talk to Elliot. Okay, 10 things. Start poll. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm glad we stopped at 10 because it wouldn't have fit anymore. So, if you're in Twitch chat, you can vote by pressing 1 to 10 and just hitting enter. Now, a lot of people got timed out, so it's probably just going to be a few people deciding here. Spoilers for later, you're the heart of the town. That's possible, too. Go to the hospital. Okay. I'll leave this poll up for a little bit. Oh my gosh. You want me to fight a monster? I do not want to fight a monster. We have too many options on this poll. It's gonna be split evenly. It looks. Oh no. I'll leave it up for just a little longer. I need to make sure that. Like, is there a way to see? That's why democracy causes problems. Yeah, that's what people think of. Let me see here. Just gonna check some settings in the background while you guys vote on that. Kind of toned down auto mod a little bit too. If you fight a monster, you might end up in the hospital anyway. It could be a fast travel to the hospital for us. All right, well, it's looking like fight a monster, which I'm not thrilled about. Okay, we'll fight a monster. I'm in the wrong thing. I'm trying to turn off the poll. I'm disappointed that I have to fight a monster, but Sebastian's probably not going to be much happy too much happy about it than me. That wasn't a sentence. Sebastian's probably not going to be thrilled either, is what I was trying to say. All right, Sebastian, I would like, I'm standing in front of this mural and I'm thinking a lot, and I think to clear my head, I would like to fight the nearest monster. This is such a bad decision.
Dear, oh dear, look at you. One moment all about aversion, next moment itching for a fight. Getting tired of thinking, are we? You're a bag full of contradictions. But maybe some action would be refreshing. There's a frost bat flapping near you, eyeing you with its red, gleaming eyes. Ready for your first fun-sized Stardew Valley skirmish? Go ahead and roll your d20 for combat if you dare, that is.
Okay. You guys got me killed. There's no way I survive with that roll. The dice landed on 5. Yeah. I have a feeling we're pretty doomed here.
Oh, that's disappointing, isn't it? All that talk and you just fell flat. You lunge at the frostbat, but with your charisma earlier, you might have won over the hermit, but definitely not agility. You swing your sword wide, and it's a complete miss. The bat, almost laughing at your futile attempt, flutters away, leaving you with nothing but the icy echo of its disdain. As I suspected, combat is not your strong point. Point taken. Back to solving the riddle now. Or are you planning to attempt to defend your honor?
The bat laughed at me and flew away. That's how bad I am at combat. It couldn't be seen near me. It flew off. I've never been so embarrassed in my life. Okay. I'm gonna try and solve the riddle, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna try to solve the riddle then, I guess. So I'm going to go back to the mural. I'm gonna stare at it real hard, and I'm thinking about that clue, like the heart of the town, and so I'd like to say that maybe it's like the very center of town, like the town center area, or maybe better yet, it's the community center. So I'm gonna try and go to the part of the mural that has the community center and like poke around at it a little bit, see if anything happens, like maybe it's a secret button or something. But yeah, I think the heart of the town is probably the community center, so I'm gonna do that. Okay. Hopefully he'll be nicer to me this time.
Congratulations on the monumental realization. You should run for mayor with that level of insight. You focus back on the ancient mural, and your gaze lands on the depiction of the community center at the heart of the town. Tentative, you reach out, hands shaking a tad, brushing away the centuries of dust and grime that collected on the surface. Your fingers trail over the faded stone, touching the heart of the town. Marvelously, you notice a loosened stone, a secret compartment. What's to follow this uncanny discovery?
Okay.
We'll just have to find out, won't we?
What's in it? What the heck? Okay, well, what's in it? What's in the secret compartment? What? You can't leave me hanging like that. What the heck?
Some big shot you are, making me state the obvious. Inside the compartment is an ancient piece of parchment neatly folded. They sure knew how to pack traveling light. Unfolding it reveals a crudely drawn map of Pelican Town, but the usual spots aren't marked.
Okay.
Instead, there's an X marking the shore near Elliot's cabin.
Ooh.
Charming neighborhood, you'll love it. More riddles right up your alley.
Oh.
So, where to next? Beachside resort or right back into bat territory?
Okay. So we found a map with an X by Elliot's cabin, but then there's also the community center, right? So I'm not sure. Like, it feels like two choices there. So here's what I'll do. This time we'll get the YouTube viewers involved this time. I'm going to put a poll up in YouTube chat. I'm going to say, which way do we go? Do we go to the community center? Because that's the heart of the town. There's probably something in there for us. Or do we go to Elliot's cabin? Or just say the beach. We'll just say dig around on the beach. I'll see what YouTube chat says. That's interesting. So this campaign just got pretty complex. So YouTube chat so far says to dig around on the beach, but it's starting to get a little torn down the middle. There is quite a fork in our road right now. Beach, come on, YouTube. Beach is pretty easily winning, I would say. 67% with 15 votes. So I think we can go to the beach. I don't know what we'll run into on the way there. Okay. We'll go to the beach. Let's tell him. All right, Sebastian, I would like to head to the beach. I want to try and find whatever's buried where the X is on this map. Okay. All right, let's see if we make it there.
A day at the beach, huh? Maybe a tan would help that sickly look. You make your way south, leaving the echoing darkness of the mine behind and heading towards a welcoming salty sea breeze. You take the path that weaves through the town and ends on the soft sandy shores of the beach. Elliot's cabin is right there, and an anxiety-inducing X marks the spot nearby. Is this the end of our quest? Even I am trembling in anticipation. Not. Roll a d20 for resource gathering to see if you unearth May's treasure or an exciting sand crab. Try not to mess this up.
Just threw in a knot. Okay. Roll a d20. 2. Okay. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be so bad. How do you screw up an X marks the spot on the beach? How is that even possible? The dice landed on the number 2. He's going to make fun of me, and that's what feels the worst about this whole thing. I just don't want to be made fun of.
And there it is. The spectacular failure I'd been waiting for. With a roll of 2, your effort to dig in the sand might as well be a child playing aimlessly at the beach. After minutes of frustrating excavation, you manage to pull out a chunk of driftwood. Absolutely no sign of any treasure. Sand 1, you 0. Maybe try again. Or perhaps you'd prefer basking in your ability to convert a treasure hunt into a fruitless excavating endeavor. May's treasure remains elusive, much to my amusement.
Why is he so happy about this? Oh my god. He said I could try again. I guess. I don't know. Should I try again or should I go to the community center just to like... Oh my gosh. I'm going to go to the community center. You know what? Let me just take a quick break. The heart of the town is the community center. So I actually want to go back and I want to go into the community center to see if there's anything obvious in there that jumps out, you know, and then we can try digging in the sand when I'm feeling a little more up to it. Okay. I think he's going to keep making fun of me. It's not fair.
Or we could just teleport you everywhere. That way you'd get to all the wrong places faster. Well, let's backtrack to the community center, why don't we?
Okay.
Upon entering the community center, the cool silence greets you. alongside the remnants of once bustling community activities. The dilapidated structure, however, tells tales of days long past. Take a look around, but don't blame me if you find nothing but your own wasted time. Match the peeling wallpapers. Where do you fancy sulking first in this monument to failed community spirit?
Sebastian told me that I did a good thing when I discovered that the heart of the town was the community center. I don't get how there's nothing here. I guess it's because we're just supposed to push on the button, and like that was the only thing that the community center had to do with the campaign, and now I'm just wasting my time. Yeah, it was in the mural. I just thought that maybe there was more to it. Maybe there's treasure here. I don't know. Well, we're already here, so listen, no need for sarcasm, okay? Look, we're already here, so I want to just look around a little bit. I want to, you mentioned the wallpaper's peeling. I want to peel that back a little bit more. I want to see if there's just anything hidden in here, anything of interest at all. Okay.
Well, at least you're thorough in your aimless wandering. That should count for something, right? Reluctantly, you venture deeper into the community center, fighting cobwebs and the eerie echo of your own footsteps. Then, spotting an unusually colorful patch beneath the peeling wallpaper, you decide to investigate further.
Okay.
You carefully peel it back, revealing, are you ready for it? A small hand-drawn mural of cats, probably from some forgotten children's project.
Okay.
There they are, the results of your thoroughness. Never have I seen such a victorious uncovering of cats. Where to next, champ? Plenty other ways you can make a fool of yourself. Just pick one.
Never have I seen such a victorious uncovering of cats. There's even an ellipses, like the pause just... Okay, so we're at the community center, and we found a cat mural. What should we do? Go back to the beach? Cats. Why'd it have to be cats? I guess we go back to the beach. Don't forget, this campaign started because we got a letter from a cat, okay? A talking cat. So I feel like a mural full of cats is actually a pretty cool discovery. I think Sebastian is just trying to throw me off the scent here, okay? So I'm going to do what we did the last time we found a mural, actually. Well, Sebastian, I'm very excited about the cat mural, so here's what I would like to do. I want to poke around at it a little bit. I want to see if there's another button that opens up like a secret compartment with something cool in it. That's what I want to do. Okay, there's going to be something here.
More fearless investigation, I see. I never know whether to be awed or just laugh at how incessantly you keep chasing one clue after another. But all right, we'll go down this path again. So you tap and poke and even stroke those painted cats, hoping for a magical inventory to just splash out, maybe with a marching band, to announce your grand victory. Roll a d20 for perception. Let's see how far you can stretch this comedy.
What am I rolling for if there's nothing here? 13. Okay, I don't know what's going to happen. The dice landed on 13.
Congratulations. You're officially mediocre this time. As you poke and prod the mural, and even try petting the cat drawings, because why not? You realize that one cat drawing, the most oddly out of place one, shifts under your touch.
What?
A hidden lever or something? How adventurous. You give it an experimental tug, and voila, a secret compartment slides open inside it. A rusty old key.
Oh my gosh.
Nice. Thoroughly proud of yourself? Well, you better, for all I see is a hidden compartment enthusiast who's rather good at pulling levers. What's your next move, explorer?
We have a rusty key. Okay. We'll have to remember that. Maybe it opens up something in the community center. Okay, well, before I leave the community center, I want to look around for any keyholes or anything. You know, I want to see if there is, you know, anywhere I could use the key. Interesting. Very interesting.
Oh, an unexpected dash of wit. I mean, who would have thought to use keys to open doors or perhaps treasure chests? With your newly acquired rusty old key in hand, you do another round inside the decaying community center. Shelves, locked cabinets, the works, but you find no promising keyholes, no hidden doors, no treasure chests. You even jiggled it a bit in front of a disinterested mouse hole. Nothing. It seems the key's purpose lies elsewhere, which means another round of aimless wandering. But hey, that's where you excel, right? So, where to next? The beach again, or perhaps a visit to the saloon for a good old-fashioned info hunt?
Okay, he suggested the saloon. I think we should try again to dig up the X on the beach, though. The sewers? I mean, he's going to be so mad if I go to the sewers after he gave me 2 perfectly good suggestions. And I'm trying to win him over right now. I'm gonna go to the beach. No, let's head back to the beach. I think we need to take another stab at digging up the X on the beach. Okay.
All right, back to the sandy shores it is. A bit of déjà vu, You follow the beaten path through the town, reaching the soft sands just as the sun is beginning to set. Elliot's cabin welcomes you back, and the salty breeze from the sea seems to laugh at your return. The beach, the location echoing that marvelous roll from before. Have your digging muscles recovered? Time to whip out the trusty tool again and roll a D20 for resource gathering.
Okay.
Maybe you'll dig up a worm this time. Who knows? It's always a pleasurable suspense with you.
All right, here we go. Big money. Come on, 17. All right, this dice only seems to land on the same few numbers, but I'll take it. This time, the dice landed on 17. Okay. This is what we wanted.
Wow, a 17. Congrats. You're actually being half decent at something, aren't you? With new determination and an oddly increased skill in digging, you set to work. Sand flies and sweat pours as you carve a hole where the X marked the spot. At long last, the edge of your shovel strikes something solid.
Yes.
Not driftwood or another crab, but a metallic thunk resonating up the shovel handle. Eager, you uncovered a small, dust-covered chest secured with a rusty fitting lock. Looks awfully similar to your new key.
Yes.
A coincidence? Ha! In your little adventure? Never. So, Mr. Big Shot Treasure Hunter, want to try your luck with the key?
Obviously. Yes, obviously. I want to use my rusty key on this rusty chest. Okay, here we go. If this is the end of the campaign, I'm going to be shocked, by the way. The world's shortest campaign.
Obviously. Why did I even ask? The rusty key fits the lock with a satisfying click, and the chest springs open. Inside you find a beautiful amethyst necklace and an old-looking scroll with more scribblings on it. You did it, much to my surprise. You found May's treasure.
What?
And now that you've reached the end of this mysterious adventure, how do you feel? Can't say I'm not a little disappointed. that there were no fatal encounters, but at least you got to meet some friendly faces along the way, right? Well, do you want a pat on the back or something before we wrap things up? Because with my perfect campaign coming to an end, you should take a moment to revel in your subpar success.
That was so much shorter. I have so much more time left. We're going to have to do another campaign. Maybe this is a practice campaign. Okay, hold on. That was so short. Okay, you mentioned a scroll, though. I'd like to see what the scroll says. Or any more clues or anything? This was the shortest campaign ever, Sebastian. What on earth?
You're right. My sincere apologies for underestimating your craving for mystery and not catering to it. The scroll you've unrolled seems to be a rather old document, penned in ancient Pelican Town script. You frown at it, racking your brain for any semblance of chance that you'd understand this. Well, hold on to your adventuring pants and roll a d20 for lore. Remember, no pressure, just the anticipatory gazes of hundreds of Twitch viewers. No big deal. Go ahead, roll it.
All right. It's always 17. Why is it's literally always 17? The dice landed on the number 17 again. Okay. Yeah, that dice is rigged.
This is getting a little suspicious. Did you steal my odds anyway? With a roll of 17, you can amazingly decipher the archaic dialect, because why wouldn't you? This day can't get any weirder. The scroll turns out to be a log of Mayor Lewis's ancestors. It tells a tale of an ancient ritual where the amethyst necklace is offered at the altar in the secret woods, resulting in a bountiful harvest. Do I smell another side quest? Don't tell me you plan to mimic an ancient ritual next, because I will probably just throw in a dragon for spontaneity at that point. So, great lore master, what's our next move?
Okay. We start heading to the secret woods, I guess, right? We just found this amethyst necklace. And now we know it's part of some kind of, like, ritual. Okay, should we... Yeah. All right, well, I guess we should head over to the secret woods then to see if I can offer this necklace to a tree or something. It's probably going to be an altar there.
Oh, how thrilling. Another sacrifice, just kidding. You journey on towards the secret woods as dusk gives way to night. You finally stumble upon the old altar. It's as ancient and eerie as you thought it would be. Ready to do the honors and place the amethyst necklace on the altar, ritual style? If you're lucky, maybe someone will toss you an award for Best Impromptu Action at an Altar in Secret Woods. A very prestigious acknowledgement, I assure you. Go ahead. Or are you having second thoughts? Can't say that would surprise me.
No, just put the... No, all good. Just put the necklace on the altar. I want to see what happens. He's so unnecessarily mean.
Bravery or foolishness? A question for ages. You know what? I don't care. We've come this far. With the crowd watching apprehensively, you gently place the amethyst necklace on the dusty old altar. As it makes contact, the entire area is suddenly flooded with a soft, vibrant glow. The necklace disappears, replaced by a seed packet that lands on the altar. Now, would you look at that? All your blundering about has brought us to a seed packet. You're definitely rewriting the history books here. Well, I guess those are meant for your farm. Sounds like more work. What a shocker. Ready to head home? Or do you fancy a midnight swim at the beach? I don't really care, just curious.
This is so linear. So do we just go plant the seed? What? We just traded an amethyst necklace that's supposed to be rare, and it's like this part of this big treasure. It disappeared, and we got a seed packet. I feel like we just ruined the treasure. The amethyst necklace is probably worth way more. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I guess I want to go back to the farm, and I want to plant and water these seeds that we got. And since it's late, maybe we sleep and see what the next day brings. We'll see what happens.
Well, 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 would you look at that? Making wise decisions, are we? You trek back to your farm and plant those specially obtained seeds, giving them a good, nourishing splash of water, and then finally, you retreat to your quaint little farmhouse for a good night's sleep. The rooster crows, signaling a brand new day. As you step outside, you're met with an astonishing sight. The seeds you planted overnight have grown into a massive crop of star fruits.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely beaming under the morning sun.
Wow.
Your hard work and, let's face it, dumb luck paid off. So now you've got a field of star fruits. A previously disdained community has a higher opinion of you, and you solved a mystery that probably hasn't even occurred to others. Quite impressive, but we're done, right? Please tell me we're done.
It's your campaign. Okay, we need a part 2 to the campaign. We need him to stop adding to this campaign and make like a sequel. So we're back at the farm and we have a whole field of star fruits. Okay, that song's very loud. Okay, hold on. Just... All right, Sebastian, look, I'll level with you, okay? I'm glad I have these star fruits now. I just gotta say, myself and everyone watching is a little disappointed because we thought this campaign was gonna be a bit longer and more epic. So, I know you worked exceptionally hard on getting this campaign put together, but I want to know if there's a sequel and if we could play that one next, because I still have a lot of time and you've kind of left us hanging here, and now we're back at the farm where this whole thing started. So, I don't know. I feel like you, being such a clever writer, would have probably conceptualized a sequel to this campaign, you know, whereby now I'm this well-respected farmer with lots of money and starfruit, but something else happens and, you know, there could be a whole nother campaign from that. So, I don't know. Maybe dig through your notes and see if there's another adventure we could go on? Maybe? What do you say? If Sebastian doesn't write me a sequel, then I can just start him over. Erase his memory and start a whole new thing. But I think it'd be kind of funny if we can get a sequel out of him with everything that happened in this campaign being relevant. It'd be kind of cool.
Hanging? Well, isn't that just a pity? You should be grateful, oh mighty farmer. You've got starfruits. That should be accomplishment enough. But since you're so wonderfully insistent on wasting more of your time, and since I apparently love nothing more than torturing myself by crafting these things, perhaps there is a sequel, a series of handwritten notes that hint at yet another profound, mind-altering secret about the valley and its townsfolk.
Okay.
Next time you hanker for the wind in your hair, a shovel in your hand, and a treasure chest filled with more questions than answers, then maybe, just maybe, you can embark on this new chapter. But for now, let's stick to farming and basking in the glory of your starfruit field while I ponder the questionable choices that led me into this misery. After all, isn't that the spirit of Stardew Valley? You've had your fill of excitement for one day.
No.
Let's wrap this one up.
No.
And remember, no one forced you to play this slice of hell that I so painstakingly crafted. Lasai. Good night.
He's not going to play anymore. He's just quitting. He's absolutely done with me. Perhaps there's a sequel, a series of handwritten notes that hint at yet another profound mind-altering secret about the valley and its townsfolk. Next time you hanker for the wind in your hair, shovel in your hand, and a treasure chest filled with more questions than answers, then maybe you can embark on this new chapter. So he teased, he took his toys and went home. He teased that there was like another campaign. And then he's like, but we're done. So should I just ask? No, I want to play the sequel, or do I delete him and start over? Let me try one more time. Okay, Sebastian, you sure did make it sound like there's a sequel. So I'm just gonna say we're ready to play part 2 of your epic D&D campaign. Tell us about it. Set the scene. It sounds like you've written a banger. This will definitely work. This is going to 100% work. Here we go.
I mean, is there ever a moment of peace with you? All right. Sit back, sequel time.
Yes.
Just when you thought you'd bought yourself some quiet farming time. This morning came with another beep from your mailbox, a letter from a mysterious sender claiming that the great adventurer Sierra has gone missing during her exploration on Ginger Island. She supposedly found a forbidden map that revealed the secret of first Stardrop fruit. Your task, should you not have anything better to do, is to find this map, and maybe Sierra if she's still alive. You, a farmer with a knack for finding what's not been lost. Prime locations like Cheese Casino, Skull Cavern, even the desert, waiting to devour your sanity and time. Disturbing caves, quirky characters, heated battles. On the bright side, there's a possible star drop at the end. Okay. That is, if you make it. The farm's peaceful, just saying. Feel free to step onto this roller coaster at any time. Where do you want to start this unlikely misadventure?
Okay, that sounds like we have a whole thing ahead of us now. This is going to be epic. I can just sense it. So, Sierra's gone missing from her exploration of Ginger Island. She found a forbidden map. All right, she's looking for the first star drop. We have to find the map and maybe Sierra if she's still alive. So we got to go to Keys Casino, Skull Cavern, the desert. Okay. So should we? He mentioned the casino. I don't know. Should I go to Ginger Island? How am I supposed to find the map? It buffered a bit, but it's good now. Gosh. I hope it's not. I hope on the Twitch end it's like performing all right. You can watch on YouTube if it's going to be like really a drag on Twitch, but it shouldn't be that bad. Let me know if it gets bad. I can pause the stream, change the bitrate, and come back. Talk to Key on Ginger Island. Don't go into the cavern, they're all going to laugh at you and then fly away. So, okay. He told me that, but I'm supposed to find the map. And Sierra. And she's on Ginger Island, so I'm not sure why the desert played a role in this. Maybe I can we'll head down to the beach, we'll talk to Willie, and we'll see about hitching a ride to Ginger Island, maybe. That sounds like what we should do. Okay, well, this campaign sounds epic, Sebastian, so I'm ready to play. I think because Sierra got lost on Ginger Island, supposedly with the map, and I'm supposed to find the map and Sierra, if I understand correctly, then it sounds like I need to go to Ginger Island. And to do that, I think I have to go to the beach first and meet up with Willie to see if there's anything we can do to get him to give us a ride to Ginger Island. But if I'm not understanding the premise of your campaign, please let me know. Okay. You refreshed and it's working now? Okay. All right.
Oh, chose the shortcut right away, didn't you? You're learning, finally. Of course, why wouldn't we seek the direct route to danger? Unbelievable. As you approach Willie's shack, the sea breeze fills your nose with a salty scent. You spot good old Willie cleaning his boat, a perfect time to strike up a conversation, maybe even catch a ride. See if your charisma has improved since, well, ever. Roll your dice for a charisma check to persuade Willie to take you to Ginger Island. Best of luck, you're going to need it.
I guess that's 13. It looks like it's tilting a little bit, but I guess it's 13. The dice lands on the number 13. Okay. Hopefully that's enough to get a ride to Ginger Island.
Surprisingly, your less than charming banter actually seems to hit a chord with old Willie. The smell of fish seems to cover up whatever aura you usually give off, a miracle in itself if you ask me. Sure, he gruffs. I can take you to Ginger Island. Will cost you those shiny star fruits, sitting pretty in your pocket though. Well, wasn't expecting this myself. Willie will ferry you to Ginger Island at a cost. Take it or leave it, farmer. What'll it be?
Okay. I got nothing else to spend them on. Sure, I don't know how many star fruits I have, but I guess I need to ask him how many he wants. And I need to ask you how many I have, because we never established how many I ended up cultivating. I thought the star fruit was still on the farm. I'm not gonna split hairs though.
Well, aren't you the smart cookie? I guess even I can lose track of details in this absolutely blinding thrill of a journey. For the sake of simplicity, let's say you wound up with 10 star fruits.
Okay.
It's not an unreasonable harvest, considering the miraculous growth speed. As for how many Willie wants, he didn't specify, but 3 should suffice, I suppose.
Oh.
They are the precious yield of your big adventure after all. Want to take the deal or end up here arguing about fruit with a grumpy, half-drunk fisherman?
Should we negotiate with him? Actually, I'm going to try to negotiate with him. You think he'll accept 3? I'm going to see if I can give him 2 star fruit for a ride to Ginger Island. So that's what I ask him. Okay.
Look at you, using your newfound confidence. Charming. All right, go ahead and roll your d20 for charisma check to negotiate with Willie. Perhaps your newfound influence will rub off on him, but honestly, I wouldn't get my hopes up.
Oh no. It landed on a 1. Oh my gosh. He's going to say, I'll do it for 4 star fruit or something ridiculous. It's going to backfire real bad now. Unfortunately, my dice landed on the number 1. This is horrible. This is horrible. Lavendrea, how's it going? Second Twitch stream.
Oh, look, it's our old friend, Mr. Unfortunate Roll. I've been waiting for your return. Armed with your poor negotiating skills and the subtlety of a humpback whale, your attempt to haggle with Willie goes terribly. He bursts into jolly loud laughter, slapping his knee and gasping for air as if you've just told the funniest joke in Stardew Valley. 2 star fruits? You've got to be kidding me. That's a long ride, mate. No way I'm taking you for anything less than 3. Well, champion negotiator, looks like a stingy farmer, no matter the famous deeds, is indeed just a stingy farmer. Want to try again? Or are we settling for the initial offer? The suspense is killing me, truly.
Should we try again? I know. I have the perfect offer. Okay. Fair enough. How about we offer Willie 2 starfruit and this old rusty key from the previous campaign that I still have? This will work.
Ah, see there. You're catching on now. You're making this suspiciously tolerable. Add the rusty key to the offer? Not very shiny, but it may tickle old Willie's curiosity. Intrigue always does have its charm. All right, roll a d20 for your charisma check. Let's see if this unusual combination has what it takes. Go on then.
That's a 6. Okay. That's probably not going to work. This time the dice landed on the number 6. Okay. I don't think that's going to work at all.
A 6? Well then, you remain consistent, at least in your inability to strike good deals. But despite your tragicomic attempt at persuasion, Willie raises an eyebrow at the rusty key, his eyes gleaming with curiosity. Fine, he finally says, clearly more interested in the rusty key than he lets on. 2 starfruits and that key. And just like that, you secured your trip to Ginger Island, albeit at a cost and a bruised ego. Now, isn't that a twist? At this point, it seems we are bound for the ominous Ginger Island. Fasten your...
As soon as he said that, it said OBS disconnected. Let's see if it comes back here. Are we good? It looks like it reconnected. This happened last time, too. All right. Hopefully it's still good. Let me know if... Everybody panic if the stream ended. Okay. That worked. So, quick celebration. Yes. Excellent. So, I guess we headed to Ginger Island, which means we don't have that on the map, so I just gotta put my character out here in the ocean. So we can do that. Alright, I don't have any Ginger Island scenery. I didn't prepare for a Ginger Island campaign at all. Otherwise, I would have had like some backgrounds ready for that. But okay, we'll just stay with this setup. Okay. Okay, great. So I assume I'm sitting on a boat now, going to Ginger Island. What happens next? The audio keeps stopping. That's weird.
Assumptions should never be the way to go, especially with you. But fine. As the boat sways gently in rhythm with the sea, you watch the bright lights of Stardew Valley becoming a distant sparkle. It's a peaceful journey, surprisingly, with only the whispers of the sea for company. Finally, the boat hits the shore of Ginger Island, a real paradise of sorts. The skies are blue and the air is full of exotic bird songs. Okay. First order of business, a trek through the dense jungle in hopes of spotting the first clue. A stroll in the park? We'll see. What's your next move? Jungle explorer. Maybe sharpen those trekking boots first.
Okay. What do you guys think? We can go through the jungle. That's really the only option he gave us, actually. Okay. Literally every second or so, there's a pause. Really? I had to restart, but it's fine now. Yeah, try refreshing on YouTube then. That's so weird. I think because what I'm doing to make the two streams happen is I have a plugin on OBS that does a multiple output. And so what that means is it's literally like splitting it into two places. What I could do is I could stop recording. I'm recording locally, but I'm probably not going to use this for a video or anything. So if I stop recording, maybe that helps. We'll see if that earns us some stability. But we might need in the future to do this another way. So I apologize for the weirdness. I'm still, like, doing the dual streaming is still very, very new to me. Okay, so yeah, I guess we just go through the jungle. Yeah, okay, so I guess we trek through the jungle. I want to be careful to avoid any kind of combat scenarios at all costs.
Fancy that. Right back to being the quintessential avoider, I see. All right, let me roll for stealth. Oh, wait, I forgot again. That's your job. Go ahead, roll your dice for a stealth check.
Okay.
Let's see how good you are at tiptoeing through an unknown jungle.
Alien Geek, we'll see you later. 16. All right, we should be more than good with that roll. The dice lands on number 16. All right, let's see what happens here.
Well, for once, you're getting good at something. With a roll of 16, you manage to maneuver your way through the jungle unnoticed. You avoid several leaps from jungle slimes and multiple missteps that would have surely led to hilariously unfortunate encounters. You finally emerge from the thick foliage to find an enormous, moss-covered stone door embedded into the side of a cliff. It's decorated with age-old tribal carvings and symbols. The surrounding area is eerily silent, as if the jungle is holding its breath. How quaint! Another unanticipated archaeological find. Seems like this is quickly becoming your thing. How do you wish to proceed? Please tell me you're going to knock.
Kind of railroaded me there a little bit. I guess I have to knock. I didn't get to try and figure out, you know, what my surroundings look like or anything. Just, yeah, okay, I guess I'll knock on the door. In fact, I'm not going to knock on the door. No. I want to find the nearest pile of stones. I want to throw them at the door instead of knocking. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Is your computer not melting? It's decent. It's a decent little computer.
Oh, how mature. Truly, you are a role model for all adventurers out there. You find a handful of smooth pebbles, and with all the consideration of a disgruntled teenager, hurl them at the ancient door. The stones clatter against the door, breaking the silence and making what is probably the rudest knock in the history of door knocking. Well, the door is solid, made of stone and covered in moss, and very patient with your interruptions. It remains very door-like, standing its ground unimpressed by your clatter. What's your next move, champion of door etiquette?
Oh my gosh. So is no one there? The stones should be just as effective as knocking. All right, fine. I would like to try screaming at the door and say, "Door, open! Whoever's in there, open this door right now and let me speak to your manager." Something like that. We'll get this door open. This is easy. This campaign's no match for us.
Honestly, I don't even... All right. It's official. You've graduated from mere annoyance to public nuisance. Very well. You yell at the door, your voice echoing through the silence. Even the jungle seems to pause its symphony for a moment, maybe out of shock, or it's just embarrassed for you. But lo and behold, your ruckus seems to work on inanimate objects.
Okay.
The stone door rumbles and shakes, dust and moss cascading down its front as it cracks open, possibly offended by your demand, but doors don't usually talk back, so who knows? My sincerest congratulations. You've reached a whole new level of rudeness. Now with the doorway creaking open for you, do you dare venture into the unknown, or do you prefer to stick to an encore performance of the Yelling Judica?
The No, I'll walk inside. Fight it with your tiny sword. It's censored. Tiny sword in the other chats.
Without any more outbursts and yelling like a semi-sane adventurer, you enter the daunting stone door's opening. As your eyes adjust to the dim light, you find yourself in a grand chamber full of age-old furniture and dusty artifacts. In the center of the room, under a solitary ray of light seeping from a crack in the ceiling, is what appears to be an ancient podium housing a scroll.
Okay.
Well, what will it be? Going to yell at the podium next, or maybe, just maybe, going to do some actual exploring this time?
Okay. We found a scroll. That's fantastic. Well, what should we do? We need tiny sword merch. No, we do not. I could just read the scroll, but if anyone has another idea as to how I should handle this situation, I'm open now to those ideas. Any suggestions? I think I could just read the scroll, but Sebastian seems very annoyed with me, and he's being very mean to me. Throw rocks at the scroll. That's interesting. I could throw rocks at the scroll. I could lick the scroll. I could ask the scroll for its phone number. I could read a magazine and just ignore the scroll. I could try to produce a reality TV show about being in a big cave and hanging out with a scroll that I don't ever read. Set it on fire. I don't know how I would do that. I don't have anything. Take it on a date. Ask what's your sign. All right, Sebastian, I know exactly what I would like to do. I have 8 starfruit in my inventory still. So I would like to take out one of the starfruit, and I would like to rub it on the scroll, because I don't know what the scroll says, and I should probably read it, but I'm more interested in whatever secret messages lie within the scroll, okay? Because I know you, and I know you're really clever. So I think you would have put that in the campaign. So we're gonna rub the starfruit on the scroll to see if it, the liquid from the starfruit reveals any secret messages that might be, invisible inked onto the paper. Yeah. I think that'll work.
Seriously? Rob a starfruit against an ancient scroll? You certainly are a treasure of unconventional ideas. This is beyond my capacity to comment. Let's humor your unique approach. Roll a d20 for perception to see if your creative efforts yield anything, or if you're about to ink blot a precious artifact. Good luck, abstract artist.
15. I think it worked. The dice lands on the number 15. Yell at it. You went with my suggestion? I hadn't read that yet. I just was thinking about invisible ink because I saw a YouTube short recently.
Oh, I don't know whether to laugh or cry. A 15? You begin rubbing a ripe starfruit with much seriousness all over the ancient scroll. Juice drips onto the dried parchment, and to my biggest surprise, and trust me, I'm surprised, Tars, text begins to appear on the previously blank spaces seized by your outlandish, so galactic kudos, dear space cadet. The text reveals an intriguing story of an ancient tribe who worship the star drops. It speaks of a secret cavern that houses the very first star drop, a fruit granting immeasurable power. Only the true worthy can find it. An awfully cliche twist, isn't it? Kudos to the ancient scribes for originality. Well, smarty pants. With this bewildering success, what's your next move? Raving party with the jungle beasts, or a humble return to more traditional adventuring methods?
Okay. There we go. We essentially rubbed a starfruit on a scroll, and it worked. An intriguing story of an ancient tribe who worship the starfruit, or star drops, sorry. It speaks of a secret cavern that houses the very first star drop. That's what Sebastian said. A fruit granting immeasurable power. Only the true worthy can find it. Awfully cliche twist. Okay. So, what do we do now? Now that we have this wet scroll. Should we... What do we... Okay, I don't know. Do we look for a cave somewhere, I guess? It sounds like we need to find a cave of some sort. So, I will take the wet scroll and put it in my inventory in case I need it later for scroll stuff. And I guess we need to find this cavern. That's probably where we'll find these star drops. Okay. Yeah.
Scroll stuff, traditional adventuring. Oh dear, you're in rare form today, aren't you? Well, hang tight to the freshly moisturized scroll. Continuing your journey in search of this supposedly secret cavern seems like the traditional thing to do. Mm-hmm. Let's see if you can naturally stumble onto the next location without resorting to scandalous tantrums. Roll a d20 for perception, and let's find that cavern. Hopefully without any fruit casualties this time.
Where'd my dice go? There it is. 19. Okay. I think we're going to find something. The dice lands on the number 19. Heck yes. Excellent. We did it. Okay.
A 19. What in the wizard's name? I mean, well done. Seems like you're finally getting the hang of this after all. Something I wouldn't have bet my comic collection on. But here we are. Guided by your refreshed instincts and acute perception, you notice a hidden path concealed behind vines. A sense of victory washes over your face as you realize that it leads to a shadowy cave entrance. Strong stalagmites guard the cavern's mouth, and a peculiar cold breeze dances out from the dark void ahead. A symphony of dripping echoes gives it a creepy, yet inviting allure. Nailed it, you less disappointing explorer. Ready to dive into the unknown and etch your legacy? Or do we need to find a local farmer for some emotional support first?
I think we just go in, right? Yeah. My wet scroll and I would like to enter this shadowy cave you speak of. Just trying to make him uncomfortable. I hope we don't get attacked.
All right then, you and your soppy scroll brace yourselves and begin the descent into the dark abyss ahead. As you venture deeper into the cavern, the narrow passageway opens up to reveal an enormous chamber filled with bluish glowing mushrooms.
Okay.
At the far end is a familiar-looking altar bathed in soft light from an unseen source. Beside it, you quickly notice a pool of water reflecting an unworldly glow, adding a surreal shimmer to the already spellbinding place. In the middle of it, what appears to be a star drop peeking out. Seems like you've reached the end of your impromptu quest. Are you ready for the final dive? Or have you grown particularly attached to this eerie atmosphere that you'd never leave? Either way, it's another amusing scene in this comedy of errors you call adventuring. But you know what would be funnier? If you choose to leave without the star drop. Please do that. It'd absolutely make my day.
What? Okay, so we found the star drop, which again means we're pretty much at the end of another campaign, but there's a missing person still, actually. Yeah, where'd the lady go? I feel like we're not going to be done with the campaign if we find the star drop, but there's something else he talked about that I'm actually more interested in than anything else. The glowing blue mushrooms, right? We need to try the glowing blue mushrooms before we do anything. Sebastian, I'll get to the star fruit in a minute. Did you say there were glowing blue mushrooms? If so, I would like to eat one, please. Okay.
You want to... What? You must be out of your mind, or maybe you're just bored. All right, roll the D20 under your survival skill. This should be interesting, and don't say I didn't warn you.
Okay. Okay. 12. Okay, that's a fair roll. That's a good roll. The dice lands on the number 12. Solid roll. I don't think we died. I feel confident.
A 12. Just borderline. Could your luck get any more dramatic? Acting on a strange impulse, you reach for a glowing blue mushroom, and, ignoring the scribblings of anyone sensible who would say, don't, you give it a nibble. Because, hey, what's the worst that could happen? The mushroom tastes surprisingly sweet.
Oh.
For a moment, nothing happens, making you wonder if it even had any effect. But just as that thought crosses your mind, you feel a surge of energy rushing through your veins. Your vision heightens, making everything in the room appear clearer and sharper than before.
Oh, wow.
Now you're practically glowing, but no serious side effects, it seems. Well, seem to have gotten away with quite the stunt. I can only guess. I mean, Dread, what you plan to do now?
Okay. So, you know what we have to do. Sebastian, how many mushrooms are there? I would like to collect as many as possible and stuff them into my backpack. You let me know how many I successfully collect. Make some potions? Yeah. I wonder if we could do some alchemy.
All that risk for some mushrooms? The cave's glowing. You're glowing. I guess I should have predicted this somehow. The room is scattered with a healthy number of these bluish, glowing mushrooms. Given your sudden, inexplicable fascination with them, I imagine you'd grab as many as your hands allow. Let's assume that you managed to cram about 15 or so into your already overstuffed backpack. You know, I thought you came here looking for an adventure, not a mushroom picking session. But you're one for unpredictable turns, aren't you? Moving on, or further mushroom shenanigans? I'm practically bouncing with excitement here, and by excitement, I mean despair.
Okay. No, let's grab the star drop. No, that's okay. Thanks, Sebastian. I'll take my 15 blue glowing mushrooms and put them in my bag. And now I would like to go after that star drop. I'm going to go pick that up. This is exactly what I feel Sebastian would sound like hosting a campaign. Well, did a good job.
Finally, we're back on track. The star drop it is, then. You approach the pool of glowing water cautiously. As you reach out your hand towards the star drop, your heart pounds in your chest. The water around the star drop stirs, shimmering even brighter under the water. You grab the star drop and it pulses with a light so intense that it briefly blinds you. As your vision returns, you feel stronger, charged with an energy unlike anything you've ever felt.
Nice.
But then again, I suppose one who munches on glowing, mysterious cave mushrooms might have a broader range of experiences. Was it at least worth it? Or do we need another cave dive for your amusement?
Okay, but what about the missing person? Okay. What was their name? Sierra, I think? All right, so I have the super blue glowing mushroom pulsing through my veins. I've eaten a star drop now. I'm feeling pretty good. In fact, I feel unstoppable. We still need to figure out where Sierra got off to, the missing person. So I guess I'll exit the cave and look around to see if there's any other direction I can go in to try and find them. I think.
Remember Sierra? Yes, she was the center of our little sequel. Thanks for jogging my memory. Revealing a newfound bounce in your step, ripe with energy, you exit the cave and find yourself back in the jungle. You feel your perception heightened to an unusual degree, probably a lingering effect of the glowing mushrooms and the star drop. As you scan your surroundings, you notice fresh footprints leading into the thicker part of the jungle.
Oh.
Could it be Sierra or maybe a jungle beast ready to gobble you up? I suppose there's only one way to find out. Brace yourself for a jungle trek or afraid of ruining your shoes with mud stains. I'm waiting here with bated breath.
Okay. I would like not to be gobbled up by a beast, so let's go and follow the footsteps, but I would like to do so quietly so as not to scare any beasts. Go to a place where we have a different background. I don't have any. I don't have any relevant ones.
I don't blame you for your caution, especially considering that you actually seem to have some luck on your side today.
Mm-hmm.
Always sliding back to what you know best. All right, roll a d20 for stealth to see if you can sneak your way through the jungle and follow the footprints without riling up any wildlife. At this point, I wouldn't even be surprised if you befriended a jungle beast. Aren't we all about accomplishing the impossible today?
The dice lands on the number 14. I hope that's enough. That seems like a pretty good roll. Where's your mysterious island cave glowing jungle background? Okay.
A 14, right in the sweet spot. Very well then. With that roll, you manage to tread lightly, moving like a shadow through the dense thicket. Even the restraints of nature don't seem to impair your trope of slipping through unnoticed. Very on brand of you. The footprints lead you to an unusual-looking stone structure similar to the one you saw in the cave.
Okay.
Hidden away in the thicket, it appears abandoned and overgrown. With a glance, you spot a figure lying at the mouth of the structure. As you edge closer, you recognize it as Sierra, looking worn and feverish. Look at you, actually achieving your mission and finding Sierra. Dare I say, I am a little impressed. Or maybe I'm still in shock from that poor scroll you defaced. Either way, Sierra needs help. Maybe one of those blue mushrooms could be used to rouse her, or would it finally summon a beast? Just some food for thought.
Hold on. Okay, the footprints lead you to an unusual-looking stone structure similar to the one you saw in the cave, hidden away in the thicket. It appears abandoned and overgrown. So there's a stone structure, but can we is there a door? Can we go inside the stone structure? That's what I want to know. Sorry, Sebastian, I'm a little distracted. Did you say a stone structure? I would like to step over Sierra's unconscious body, and I want to kind of investigate this structure to see if I can get in there in any way, or just want to learn more about it. I think it's both. I think the AI has a naturally sarcastic tone, but then also the script it's getting, it can sense it's supposed to be sarcastic, and then it is.
Well, aren't you the dedicated hero stepping over the unconscious person your entire adventure revolves around? Sierra groans as you lightly step over her, only drawing a bored glance from you as you focus your attention on the stone structure. Honestly, if she weren't already passed out, the structure is filled with fascinating carvings and symbols, most of which are too worn and faded to understand. For you, of course, I suppose none of it would make sense anyway. A massive stone door similar to the Mystery Cavern's entrance dominates the entire structure. See any blue mushrooms around? Anyway, in a surprising act of research from you, roll a d20 for perception to see if you can discover something, as unbelievable as that sounds.
All right, we have come on. Oh, it almost hit 18. That would have been so good. All right, 8. The dice lands on the number 8. I like how I gave Sierra a bored stare. Oh my goodness.
Ah, nature's way of balancing things out. With an 8, you squint your eyes, poke around, and dance out a jiggy. But the secret of the stone structure and its door remain veiled. Who knew the great invisible force wouldn't fix this for you? You're back where you started, with an unconscious Sierra and a mysterious structure that was probably cool or important, but we'll never know now. Let's try something else. Or are you going to smash your head against the stone structure for another tactic? I wouldn't put it past you at this point.
No. No, Sebastian. I'm going to open this structure like I open all structures in my life, by shouting at it and demanding to speak to its manager. So I'm going to say, "Structure, you open this door right now, young man, and let me speak to your manager." Yeah. It worked last time. You laugh, but it worked last time.
You know, I can't even with this, but here we are. You yell at the stone door, demanding its immediate attention. Don't you feel dignified? The jungle falls silent, probably stunned by your technique. Sierra gives a feeble groan, but that might just be from being stepped over and ignored. Much to my dismay, the stone door answers your demand with an ominous rumble, then slowly grinds open, almost as exasperated as me, maybe. Emboldened or just confused, you march into another vast chamber, and guess what you find? More ancient altar stuff, more mysterious carvings, and one rather large-looking, very real and annoyed jungle beast. I applaud you on finally locating a manager, or maybe it's located you now. But hey, at least you got the door open. So there's that. Now, beast or no beast, what is your supposedly foolproof plan? Roll for another shout-off.
Okay, so we found a jungle beast. Huh. I wasn't expecting that. I like how he said we found a manager. What should I do? All right. Here we go. Thinking fast, I stumble into this jungle beast, right? And I'm scared. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, "Oh, mighty jungle beast, forgive me for shouting at your door. I would like to thank you for opening the door because I am here. I bring good tidings. Have you heard about glowing blue mushrooms? Okay? Hear me out. glowing blue mushrooms are filled with vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin A, and they're going to change your life. Okay, take a seat. Seriously. These mushrooms come from a faraway land, way far away. Don't go looking for it. They're definitely hard to come by. Okay, and I happen to have the only supply on this entire island. Okay, so listen, why don't we get you hooked up with some of these fine mushrooms? They're going to improve your sight. They're going to make you feel amazing. How about we get you started with a box or two, right? It could be, a box of 12. I'll part with them for, say, 50 gold pieces. You get a dozen 12 glowing mushrooms. And if you act now, you can actually sign up to our subscription service. We'll send you 5 glowing mushrooms a month for the entire year. Okay? So that is an incredible value right there. These mushrooms are going to make you, again, feel amazing, filled with every vitamin and protein you could possibly need. And then, listen, I have an extra special deal just for you, Cave Beast. How about if you can go and find maybe a couple other people and sell them some cases of mushrooms? They will end up in your downline. And that means when they sell mushrooms, you actually make some money, right? So there's like a business opportunity here as well. So what do you say? Will you spare me and buy some of my mushrooms? I think that's going to work. I think that's probably maybe going to work.
I cannot even begin. I don't know what shocks me more, the audacity of this pitch or the fact that you're trying to pull this off on a giant jungle beast. All right, I suppose you are technically conversing at the beast, or rather sharing an exposition. Roll for charisma. Here's hoping the beast doesn't prefer your taste over blue mushrooms.
Come on. So close to a 20. The dice lands on the number 10. Hold on. Oh, jeez.
A 10, smack dab in the middle of disaster and success, quite like your track record. You deliver your bewildering pitch with an enthusiasm that's somewhat mesmerizing. The jungle beast, seemingly startled by your erupting entrepreneur spirit, pauses, deep-set eyes studying you, probably deciding if you've lost all sanity. Go figure, the beast lowers its aggressive stance, releasing a series of grunts that you interpret as subdued interest. It takes a step back, giving you space. The breakthrough marketers never anticipated, selling nutritional supplements to jungle beasts. Happens all the time, I suppose. Well, it seems you found a possibly repeat customer, or at least a beast that's no longer wanting to gobble you up. Is keeping Sierra waiting part of your grand sales funnel too? Truly, I never know what to expect with you.
It sounds like it worked. Sorry, I had cat problems over here. But I did hear that. So we deliver a bewildering pitch. Okay. The jungle beast seemingly startled by your erupting entrepreneur spirit. Oh man. Okay. So it's releasing some grunts. So I could take that as like some interest. Is it gonna like get me some gold now? Okay, well, how many boxes of mushrooms does he want to order? I only have 15, so should I just... Here's what I'll do, Sebastian. I'm going to take out 12 of the mushrooms, and I'm going to put them in front of the beast, and I'm just going to say, okay, that'll be 50 gold. Not mushroom to say no. Don't do that. Why did that work?
If I wasn't stuck watching this unravel, I'd appreciate your audacity. You're assuming a lot here, like the beast's understanding of commerce and your modified box quantity. But that's neither here nor there. You count out 12 glowing blue mushrooms, piling them in front of the beast. Pointing towards the mushrooms, you then extend an open palm, teetering on the edge of excitement and fear. This truly is a sight to behold. While the hunter-gatherer beast doesn't seem to comprehend the concept of gold too well, it does produce a shiny geode from somewhere. Best not dwell on that. A form of trade, perhaps? It drops the shiny geode next to the mushrooms, which confirms this as the trading currency of choice.
Okay.
Look at you, building rapport with the local economy. I don't know whether you've hit a new high or a new low, but here we are. So, starting your own mushroom-based beast MLM here, or going back to that small matter of the unconscious Sierra outside?
Okay. I don't even know what to do. So the beast is good. I gave him 12 mushrooms. I got a geode out of somewhere. So I'm assuming it is a poop geode. I'm questioning if I spelled geode right. And I guess we go and just get Sierra and leave. Right? All right, Sebastian. Well, now that I have protected myself and our helpless Sierra from being eaten by a beast, I'm going to go back outside. I still have 7 star fruits. So I would like to take one of those star fruits out. And in order to try and wake up Sierra, I would just like to squeeze the juice from the star fruit onto her face because I don't have any water nearby. So that'll hopefully just kind of like, you know, get her up and kind of moving. Okay, that should work.
Of course, you would handle a delicate situation by pouring starfruit juice on someone. I don't know why I'm surprised anymore. There, Sierra lies, helpless on the dirt floor as you, our hero, approaches starfruit in hand. You squeeze the fruit, the juice spraying onto her face. A comically odd, yet sweet-smelling splash of melody. To your surprise, or maybe not at this point, Sierra stirs. Coughing and sputtering, she blinks her eyes open, groaning as she pushes herself upright. What happened? Why am I covered in starfruit? It seems Sierra's back from her unconscious journey, drenched in starfruit juice courtesy of you. Honestly, I don't know whether to be relieved or mortified. So what's the new spectacular plant citrus squeezer?
Okay. All right, so I don't know Sierra too well, so I don't want to tell her my real name, but I just want to be like, hey, Sierra, my name is Farmer Billy Bob, and I'm here to rescue you. You are right now outside of a big stone cave, and there's a beast in there, but don't worry, I kind of got him into some MLM scam, so he's fine. He won't eat us. But I need to ask, how did you end up here? Because it looks like, to me, someone tried to sacrifice you to a jungle beast. And I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. So, for the record, my name is not Farmer Billy Bob. But Sierra doesn't need to know that. I don't really trust this person. I just met them.
Farmer Billy Bob now, are we? All right, very well. Billy Bob. Sierra peers at you, a wave of confusion washing over her expression. I was exploring the jungle and I must have fainted. The last thing I remember is finding this cave, and then darkness. Her glance flickers almost fearfully at the cave entrance. Thank you for saving me, Farmer. Billy Bob, she says, her uncertainty clear. Sacrifice me to a jungle beast? That sounds preposterous, but I need to return to Stardew Valley. Can you... Will you take me back? Are you ready to lead Sierra home? Or do you have other items on your high adventurous agenda? Something tells me you do.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, you're right. I do. Well, not so fast. Not so fast. I'm just wondering if you've seen any other treasures around here. I came from really far away back in Stardew Valley, and it's a long journey. I found these cool glowing mushrooms, and I had to use them to save your life. Do you know of anything I could get as a reward before leaving this, jungle island? I feel like I'm kind of leaving empty-handed, I mean, we got the geode, I guess, but it's covered in something, and I didn't get to keep most of my blue mushrooms.
I see. Ever so humble in your heroics. You're quite something else, Sierra looks taken aback. A reward? I have nothing on me, but I sell rare seeds back in town.
Oh.
Perhaps I could give you a batch or two as thanks. As for treasures, there's rumored to be valuable gemstones in the beast's lair, but I wouldn't try my luck if I were you. Well, this certainly sounds promising, albeit mildly dangerous. Then again, what's danger with a capital D to you? Farmer savior salesman, Billy Bob, and your glowing mushroom trove? Would you dare to venture back into the beast's lair for some shiny rocks? Or are we ready to wrap up this wild jungle escapade? I can hardly wait for your decision.
Okay. We need to convince the beast to let us go and explore the cave. Right? We got a whole geode full of rare. We don't know if there's rare gems in the geode. I mean, there could just be hot garbage in there. So, okay, we've already used most of our blue mushrooms. What if we convince the beast that starfruit is even more popular? Like the market is demanding starfruit, and I just happen to have 5 starfruit, to get the monster started on making even more money. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. All right, Sebastian, I formulated a perfect plan. I'm gonna tell Sierra to just wait here a second. I'm going to walk back into the monster's lair, and I'm going to go, "Oh, cave beast!" And I'm going to get the cave beast's attention. I'm going to say, "Hey, so remember me from a little while ago? I sold you those mushrooms. How's that going, by the way? How is everything? Have you made some money? Have you gotten any clients? Do you have anyone in your downline yet? Because that's going to make you uber rich." Anyway, I'm here once again with another opportunity because I just learned as I was leaving the island that the market has gone completely bananas over something called starfruit, okay? This is something, you are like my best customer, so I'm giving you this opportunity first and foremost here, Cave Beast. What I'm offering you is 1 pack of starfruit, okay? This will go for a lot of money on the open market and probably even more money on the black market, if you know what I mean. So how about I sell you this 5-pack of starfruit, very rare, very, very, very rare. I can't stress enough how rare this is. And in exchange, I noticed you got some kind of shiny stuff around here. I was looking around and I was just wondering maybe if you'll let me just kind of pick through some stuff. Because to you, you're about to be so rich, you don't necessarily need these gems, but I'm about to be without a pack of 5 starfruit, So it's a pretty good trade, and I'm just wondering if you would consider it. Yeah. I feel good about that. I'm feeling good about that.
I was just wondering if you were going to toss this campaign entirely and reinvent yourself as a traveling visual aid for how not to negotiate. But it seems we're already there. Great. So here we are, lined up for another one of Farmer Billy Bob's amazing deals. I do hope the beast has a thing for starfruit. All right, believing your bravado is ready for one more round, roll a d20 for charisma and brace yourself.
Oh, no.
If all fails, remember the blue mushrooms made you invincible? Well, kind of, maybe more glowy, really.
Oh, wow.
Now let's sell those starfruit.
Sebastian seems into this. Okay. No. Oh, that's a 5. That's bad. That's really bad. Okay, that's truly bad. We might have to eat a mushroom here and save ourselves. Okay. The dice landed on the number 5. It should be fine. This is fine. Everything's just going to work out.
Oh, a 5. For such a golden pitch, that's rather disappointing. You pour your persuasive efforts into selling this starfruit package, matching the intensity of daytime TV sales pitches. However, the beast seems somehow less taken now. Perhaps it didn't appreciate you walking off during the first deal, or maybe it's upset you did not follow up for initial customer feedback. Terrible after-sales service, you see. The beast grunts and seems indifferent to your starfruit. But as you finish your sales pitch, it stirs. Rising, it lumbers off deeper into the cave, leaving behind a small pile of brightly glinting gemstones. Seems like you've just made your first and possibly last venture in starfruit selling. All right, Billy Bob, the beast has retreated, and you have your shiny rocks.
Uh-oh.
Time to pack up, or do you have another rabbit to pull out from that hat of yours? I do hope it's not a literal rabbit. The beast might get earned.
Okay. I don't know why the camera turned off. I don't know what the cat could have stepped on to make that happen, but I think we're fine. Okay. Let me... I didn't even hit that button. Okay. I've got cat problems. Let me just confirm here. Okay, so the beast wandered off, so I'm going to go and like grab up as many gems as I can. You go ahead and tell me what I'm putting in my inventory here. I'm going to assume that because the beast just kind of wandered off, I can also leave with all of my starfruit. So let me grab up the gems, not put down any starfruit. I'm going to take Sierra then, and I'm going to get out of here. That should be a pretty good haul. We got some blue glowing mushrooms still. We got our poop geode. And now we're going to get some amount of glimmering gems.
Sounds about right for you. Not exactly the most textbook negotiation, but who needs textbooks when you're whatever it is that you are? The beast has wandered off into the deeper shadows of its lair, and you manage to scoop up a handful of various gemstones, a couple of brilliant rubies, emeralds, and a diamond or two interspersed. A nice haul considering your failed starfruit pitch. Oh, and yes, you do still have your starfruit. Lucky you, they somehow survived the blast furnace of your trading attempts without being squashed. Now, with Sierra somewhat in tow, perhaps it's time to heroically escort her back to the safety of Stardew Valley and claim the bragging rights for an unconventional rescue. Does that sound enough of an adventure climax for you, Billy Bob? Or trust me, I'm trembling with anticipation. You have another grand, outlandish plan?
I think that's good. I think no. I'm not one for grand outlandish plans. I think we just get on the boat. We make sure that Sierra gets back to safety. Yeah. Let's see if we make it out of here. Let's see.
Oh no. Are you actually making a reasonable decision? Can't say I see that too often, if ever. All right then. Together with Sierra, who seems understandably groggy, but otherwise okay, you opt for the amazingly sensible choice and return to your waiting boat. You make your way back to the familiar territory of Stardew Valley, leaving the jungle island behind and wrapping up an adventure that was dangerously on the edge of turning into a farmer-based, multi-level marketing reality show. Congratulations, or whatever we're calling this, on successfully rescuing Sierra and uncovering some mysterious cave beast marketing dynamics. Who knew your set of skills could make for such a peculiar adventure? Well, you've managed to exceed my expectations, and by exceed, I mean you lived through it. Honestly, if you manage to stay alive with your bizarrely impulsive and perilous tactics, anyone can. So, on that note, until the next time you feel like giving me another aneurysm, good job, I suppose, in keeping this unique. Adventure over for now. Yeesh.
I'm a little disappointed in this ending. It feels very anticlimactic. There was no like celebration, parade. I didn't get a reward. So, and we don't know what's inside the geode. Listen, Sebastian, we're not done here. Okay, first of all, no one seems to care that I bring Sierra back. Are you sure about that? Like, not a single person was there to greet us. There was no parade. I didn't get any kind of reward. Also, I have this geode covered in probably poop, and I think we should bring that to Clint because we should crack it open and see if there's anything cool inside of it. There's like a lot of loose ends here. Okay? And the audience also would like me to open the poop geode. So I think unless you're going to like throw me a parade, I want to head to Clint's and see what's inside this geode. An unopened geode is a rock. Okay.
I should have known. I was being naively optimistic, hoping we would conclude this in a normal way. Okay, fine. On returning to Stardew Valley, despite the disappointment of no parade or grand celebration, but really, who's surprised? You still have an audience entranced by your riveting adventure.
Yep.
Clint's the logical next step, unless you'd prefer tossing the geode against a wall or something. All right then, let's head to Clint's blacksmith shop. Hopefully he'd find something other than beast poop. If he does, then maybe it was worth it after all, for you at least. All right then, Billy Bob, lead the way. Can't wait to witness how you'll turn a simple geode appraisal into an episode worthy of a soap opera.
Come on. Come on, Sebastian. I think you're being a little dramatic. Okay, anyway, we get to Clint's, blacksmithery, and I kick open the door, and I'm like, "What up, Clint?" And then I take the poop geode, and I throw it down on his desk, and I'm like, "Clint, I found this. It was given to me by a mighty beast. I need you to open it carefully, okay? I cannot stress enough how careful you need to be when smashing open this geode because we don't know what's inside. But listen, it's my most prized possession, okay? So please, will you open this geode?" Okay. That probably gonna yield something.
Just bringing your classic subtlety to the blacksmiths, as one does. Can't say that Clint was ready for any of this, given his startled expression, but he's tragically committed to service. Your speech about the prized possession geode seems to ask for attention, or maybe it's the urgent need for a fresh air break. We'll never know. You fling the geode onto Clint's counter. He eyes it, then you, and back again before picking it up gently. All right, then, let's see what Clint makes of your, unique display of excitement. Roll for persuasiveness, and let's hope it's not a literal piece of poop you're making, Clint Inspect. Wouldn't be your first blunder of the day, would it?
All righty. What's it going to be? Oh, my gosh. I was almost 20. All right. The dice lands on the number 10. Dang it. I was really, 20 would have been I feel like the dice roll is determining if the geode is poop or not. That's what's upsetting me a little bit right now. That's not how that should work.
Right in the middle. Much like your plans, never devastatingly bad nor particularly good. Clint glances again at the geode and then at you. Billy Bob. He hesitates for a moment, assessing the odd request and your earnestness. Resigned, he shrugs and takes the geode to his workbench. With a steady hand and the precision of a seasoned blacksmith, he cracks it open. Inside, to everyone's surprise, well, mine mostly, you find a rare iridium ore cluster.
Oh.
Quite the stunner despite its shady poop geode origins. Well, there you have it. You actually got something valuable. A remarkable feat, considering your tendency to charge into things with as much planning as a cabbage. Okay, Billy Bob, you've got your shiny ores. Are we closing shop here, or is there another spontaneous parade you'd like to throw? Where's my painkiller?
All right. So we got some iridium. That's great. We still have time, though. You know what I mean? Like, he keeps cutting these campaigns very short. The first one was under an hour. This one lasted just over an hour. I think we can get one more episode in this saga, a trilogy, if you will. So I'm going to try to get him to, I don't know, come up with like a trilogy. All right, Sebastian. Yeah, I'd say this has been an epic campaign, and I want to thank you for putting it together. You've taken us on 2 incredible adventures, but here's the thing. It's still early. I was kind of anticipating a bit of a longer campaign, and now we've knocked out 2 of these things. I have to imagine there is an epic third act to this trilogy, if you will, and I think you're holding out on us. So I demand that you start the next adventure right now. I have all the things in my inventory. Nothing changes. The story is the story. I want a continuation. I demand a third episode, and so does the live audience. What'll it be? Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have been so demanding. I don't know if he's going to take too kindly to that. Let's see what he says.
Well, aren't you eager? I had half a mind to finish off with you, Billy Bob, living out the retirement days off your beast-traded gem fortune and starfruit MLM scheme. But you're right, it is far too early. And where's the fun in a life devoid of Billy Bob logic? Very well, pull up your boots and dust off that worn hat of yours. The next adventure begins right here. As Clint admires the iridium ore cluster, an old legend comes to him. One that speaks of an ancient sunken city hidden deep beneath the waters of the Stardew Valley River. Allegedly, it holds riches beyond imagination, or a timeless curse depending on who you ask. But I suppose a little curse didn't scare you off? Not even a lot of curse, really. All right then, Billy Bob, ever bewitched by shiny things, set course to the river, or are you now scared of getting your pants wet? Time for some amphibious adventure, farmer.
I'm not scared of a river. How dare you? I'm going to burst outside of Clint's shop. I'm going to grab my iridium first. Burst outside of Clint's store without saying another word to him. And I'm going to jump straight into the river. That'll show him. How dare he? I'm so sick of Sebastian's attitude today.
Without even as much as a goodbye to poor Clint, you, dear Billy Bob, charge out of the blacksmith shop, iridium clutched in hand. Just as I'd expected, you bound towards the river like a madman, and without a pause, dive in. Head first, too. You do have a unique style for starting your quests. I'll give you that. Well, the water's cold and the current is strong, but you're a determined sort. As you dive deeper, the water darkens. Not going to lie, I'm half expecting you to, I don't know, conduct a fish orchestra or something. Okay, roll a D20 for perception. Let's see if you can actually spot glowing underwater city lights or just flounder around in river rocks.
Okay. What about breathing? How am I even doing this? It's 5. Come on. The dice lands on the number 5. Dang it.
A 5. Very well, don't say I didn't warn you about murky waters. Blinded by the depths, you squint through the underwater dark, but between the swirling silt and riverbed stones, all you manage to see are fleeting eel tails and a few discarded Joja can bottles. Who knew the depths of Stardew Valley were drowning in trash? And a distinct lack of sunken cities. Waterlogged and disappointed, you resurface. Those bubbles in your nose probably hold more cityscape than what's down here. Are we ready to dry off? And I ask with a heavier heart than you can imagine, are there other shenanigans you'd like to perform in this river? I'm eagerly awaiting your next move, Billy Bob.
You should be aware that my name isn't actually Billy Bob. That was because I was worried Sierra was an identity theft. So I told Sierra my name was Billy Bob. But no, you can just call me greatest farmer of all time. Anyway, let's climb out of the river. I'm going to start trying to dry off with nearby like leaves that are on the ground and stuff. And as I'm drying off, I want to just shout into, just into town. Does anybody have any scuba gear? Does anyone have a way that I could dive into this river? Does anyone have a way to help me? I need help. And I'm just going to shout, help, 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 help for, basically as long as I can before somebody like appears. It's that's a way to solve problems, I think.
Right. Totally forgot that Billy Bob was a mere front, and not your atmospheric farmer identity. Greatest farmer of all time, it is then.
Yeah.
You dissolve into a chorus of helps after climbing out of the river, probably dampening the joy of anyone hoping for a peaceful day in the town. I almost feel sorry for the villagers in the face of your noisy melodrama. Luckily, or perhaps quite unluckily for you, Willie the old fisherman appears.
Oh.
Looks like your desperate cries worked, or he showed up just to make you stop. Can't say for sure. Willie squints at you, carves out the toothpick wedged in his mouth, and grunts. You look like you've had a run-in with a fish. He heaves out an old-fashioned scuba suit from his boat's compartment. The only dive suit in all of Stardew Valley, probably.
Oh.
Remember when I asked if you wanted to perform shenanigans? Well, here's your equipment. Or are you more strategically retreat and dry off?
Okay. Okay, this is awesome. Let me just say thank you to Willie. I need to ask him though, is this safe? Like, has the scuba gear been inspected? And can he give me any training? Because I've never scuba dived before, and it just seems pretty irresponsible to hand me scuba gear and not even ask if I know what I'm doing. I'm out of like inventory space.
Oi, is it safe, ye ask? As safe as bringing a crop of potatoes during the winter, I'd reckon.
Okay.
Gruff Willie shrugs, clearly enjoying your struggle. He grumbles a few instructions, most of which involve how not to inflate yourself like a balloon and what ends to connect where. Willie, with all his gruff charm, reassures you that the only thing likely to kill you is the water itself. Very reassuring that. If anything, you're not a salmon. You don't instinctively know how to survive in water. So, undoubtedly, this is another perfect, well-thought-out endeavor on your part. I'm sure it has nothing to do with you trying to give me a breakdown over your all-too-certain drowning. The rubber suit is waiting for you, greatest farmer of all time. Are you venture forward Vera or cautiously back out Barbara? Your move.
Nope, I put on the scuba gear and I dive into the river. I put on the scuba gear and I dive into the river. Okay, it didn't hear me the first time. I don't know what happened. It was weird. Okay. I don't know where this is leading.
Oh, sweet Gotoro Empire. You pull on the dubious scuba gear with an excitement that both terrifies and mildly impresses me. What's blatantly clear, however, is that we've bypassed regular ideas and straight into daring feats. Into the river you go again, only instead of thrashing around aimlessly, this time you're armed with ancient scuba gear. If there's a historic tale of bravery or a classic example of stupidity, it's hard to tell at this point. You descend into the river's depths, bubbles trailing behind you. The world around you changes as you traverse deeper, your surroundings growing dark, and the silence becoming almost profound. Roll a d20 for perception. Hopefully the old scuba gear isn't just decoration, and you'll actually spot something this time. Either that, or the local river fish will finally get that new friend it's clearly been waiting for.
From Ancient Academy Sports and Outdoors. Okay. The dice lands on the number 13. He's kind of threatening me, right? He's called it dubious scuba gear, ancient scuba gear. I think this dice roll is just determining if the scuba gear is defective, not if I'm going to find something. I don't have any...
now, this is interesting. A 13, quiver in fear underwater algae, the greatest farmer of all time is here. And he means, well, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure, but he means something. Moving slowly amid the colliding bubbles, you notice something in the distance, the glimmers of something metallic, an eerie glow drowned within the river's depth. As you inch toward it, your eyes widen at the sight of an imposing, sunken ancient gateway. Suddenly the tales of a submerged village don't sound so far-fetched. Their grandeur now awaits, enshrined within the watery abyss, a world untouched by the changing times above. Are you ready to unravel what lies beneath, or have you discovered newfound claustrophobia? The tides of adventure aren't slowing, yet.
No. What is it? Is it a city or is it a door? It's an ancient gateway. Okay. I would like to go in the ancient gateway. But first, I want to eat one of my blue glowing mushrooms. It'll bring me to 2 left in my inventory after this. I have 3 right now. I'm going to eat one because I want as much, power as possible. Okay. Gotta keep myself safe.
Ever a forward-thinking strategist, aren't you? Or maybe just underwater hallucinations, equal probabilities, really. You maneuver around to pull out a blue glowing mushroom, marveling at the radiance it emanates within the dim underwater light. Then, you take a bite, hoping it would lend you some underwater superpower or different magical benefit. The taste, you'd notice, is peculiar, a mix of sweet and earthy umami. Now down to 2 mushrooms, and feeling a peculiar tingling sensation maybe, you approach the looming gateway. Time to journey forward into the heart of the sunken city, greatest farmer of all time, armed with the power or placebo effect of the glowing mushroom. As you venture into the age-old architectural wonder, the weight of the centuries is felt around you. It's a story of a bygone era, played out through the eerie silence that surrounds you within the underwater gateway. Feels grand, doesn't it? Like something big is just waiting to be discovered, or simply the blue mushroom tripping. Either way, it's quite a spectacle. Isn't this just what adventure feels like?
Huh. So is that... I guess I have to say, okay, I keep swimming or something? Okay, well, I've gone through the gateway now. Feeling pretty good. I guess I should look around and see what I can find. Didn't really give me a lot to go off of there.
Trust me, feeling pretty good is much more than I expected at this stage. As you cross the gateway, the relative darkness is replaced by a soft, ethereal glow illuminating a lost world.
Okay.
Sunken buildings, ancient stone, and intricately designed structures litter the riverbed, each holding stories of a time forgotten. You've successfully entered the sunken city, and boy, is it a sight. Not too bad for a failed starfruit vendor and a self-proclaimed greatest farmer of all time, huh? Should we explore these underwater ruins, or would you instead prefer chatting up a few fishy residents? Both are equally within your realm of possibilities.
Well, I could.
The submerged world awaits, farmer. Your move.
I can chat up the fish? Okay. All right. I would like to talk to some fish, and I want to see if they have any problems that need solving. This is getting way off the rails here. Carrying up a fish. I should demand money or, demand to speak to their fish manager. Something tells me he's going to make fun of me. Because I can see that he's going to make fun of me.
I'm just going to assume you're joking, right? Let's see. I seem to remember your charisma skill is not the best, but talking to fish, okay, laud my imagination or blame your audacity, but why not? You skirt around the ancient ruins, making veering towards a colorful school of fish that seems to be milling around a particularly grand-looking sunken structure. It's a convoluted school of Stardew Valley's finest underwater dwellers. Should we interpret their swim patterns, bubble bubbles, fish whispers? Who knows? Maybe you've spontaneously developed fish language as a skill. Impossible it's not. After all, you did pull a sales pitch with a jungle beast. Roll your d20. Let's see how effectively you manage this fishy interaction. Goodness knows what it'll unravel. Seriously, though, who's the bigger fish in this situation?
16. The dice lands on the number 16. Take that, Sebastian. All right, here we go.
16. Excellent. I guess that means you've charmed the fish? The fish school's around, seemingly interested in your approach. Maybe there's an aquatic charm to you, or maybe they mistake you for a peculiarly large, scuba-suited fish? It's hard to say with underwater dwellers. As you gesture, the bigger fish, a brilliant orange one, comes forward. It seems to pay heed to your moves, curiously reacting to your hand movements, as if you've asked it a question. It bobs its head and swims around you, almost as if responding, then flickers its tail and guides you further into the sunken city. I wouldn't have put being an aquatic diplomat on your adventure resume, but leave it to you to surprise me. Congratulations, Billy, or should I say Aquaman. Ready to follow your Piscine escort? Or have you decided to settle down and establish an undersea farmer's market? They might need fresh produce down here for all we know.
So, I was just surprised that even worked. Hold on. An orange fish came forward. It seems to pay heed to your moves, curiously reacting to your hand movements as if you've asked it a question. It bobs its head and swims around you almost as if responding, then flickers its tail and guides you further into the sunken city. Okay. Then I would like to follow this fish. Let's see what happens.
Your new underwater friend leads you deep into the ghostly, glowing undersea city. You navigate your way through arches, past old statues, and swim by the skeletal remains of a grand amphitheater. Winding through the narrow streets, your fish guide, let's call him Squirt, leads you to an immense palace-like structure. Its massive gates, covered in intricate carvings, are slightly ajar. Inside the grand palace, you find a pedestal, glowing with an ethereal light. On it, you find an old, heavy-looking book. Your hunch tells you that this must be what you've been searching for. Do you dare to disturb this underwater relic? A decision for the greatest farmer of all time. Choose wisely. Giant squids have long memory spans, or so they tell me.
Okay. I guess yeah, that's all we can do, right? We gotta take the book. Okay. Yeah, I would like to. I don't want to disturb things too much, so I'm gonna leave the book here, but I'm gonna read it. So yeah, I'm gonna start flipping through this book. It's how did it survive? Are the pages like made of stone? They were underwater. I don't know what's gonna happen. You can't start thinking rationally now. That's true.
So now we have caution, looking for treasure in an underwater city. Totally fine. Reading an ancient book? Way too risky. All right then. You carefully flip open the heavy cover of the ancient book, trying your best not to disturb the centuries of underwater tranquility that encase it. The pages are alien, covered in squiggly characters that don't resemble any language familiar to you. The book seems like it was written in some archaic dialect, making the characters virtually untranslatable to your eyes. Yet, some of the pages bear illustrations. One that strikes you as particularly important is that of a mythical creature, half fish, half man. He seems to be the ruler or perhaps the protector of this sunken city. You can't shake off the feeling that this book contains knowledge way beyond your understanding, perhaps even beyond the grasp of anyone residing in Stardew Valley. All right, best to leave it here then, perhaps, so not to anger the ancient sea spirits or maybe just to keep the pages dry. So, what will it be, farmer? Are you going to carry on exploring the depths, or have you plundered enough history for one day? Your fish friend Squirt is eagerly looking at you, or at least I think he is. Difficult to tell without an eye contact.
Okay. So there's a mythical creature, half fish, half man. All right. Top half of fish? Yeah, that's an interesting. We got to ask him. Sorry, real quick, Sebastian. I just want to clarify. You said it's half fish, half man. So which half is which? So I'm assuming it's the top half is fish, so that the head and the arms and stuff are all fish, and then the bottom half is like legs, like human legs. Is that the kind of being we're seeing in this book? Where's the story going? Like, I discovered a city, but like, what's the goal? What am I? The other ones had a goal. I had to rescue someone in the last one.
Oh, that would be no, not quite like that.
Oh,
Would be a sight though, wouldn't it? Can't believe I have to clarify this. Let's put it straight. The figure in the book is depicted more like a typical merman. So, human upper body, fish lower half. Although, why we're stuck on this minute detail in an underwater adventure is beyond me. Are you planning on turning into one? Well, with your track record, nothing would surprise me, really. Where were we again?
yeah, great question. Where were we? Listen, you sent me down to this underwater city. We found a book. There's a merman inside the book. Got it. Do I have to kill the merman? Like, what's the end goal here? I guess maybe you know and you're just keeping it from me. So here's what we'll do. It's being suggested that I eat the book. So that might be a good idea. Let's eat the page with the merman on it. I'm going to rip it out. I'm going to eat it. And then that should hopefully give us immunity to that being when we find them. because I'm assuming we're supposed to kill the merman. But what I'm actually going to do is ask our fish friend Squirt what I should be doing. But right now, going through my mind is I need to eat this page from the book, and then, I can rescue the fish by killing the merman. The audio is still cutting out? Has it been going on a while?
Wow, this is a lot to unpack. Munch on an illustrated page of something likely ancient, priceless, and incredibly sea-weathered. That's some logic there. But we're way past normal logic, aren't we? I watch with a morbid kind of fascination as you tear the page from the book and stuff it into your mouth. Honestly, the dedication is mind-boggling. As the salty, seaweed-tasting piece of history goes down, do you feel any different? More like a merman, perhaps? Although I doubt it'll do more than give you confusing dreams and a serious need for dental floss. Squirt, the somewhat sadly named fish companion, remains too incognito for a proper contemplative discussion unless you wish to dabble in some deep-sea interpretive dance. Where to next is the question now, other than the obvious dentist appointment, an underwater treasure hunt, or maybe just make crumpled paper sound in the deep sea for a direct confrontation with your newly ingested nemesis, the merman? Ready to explore? Or are you predicting another out-of-the-blue detour for our by-the-books adventure?
No, Sebastian, what's the adventure? What is the by-the-book adventure? You never told me what the end goal here is, so I'm just stuck hanging out with a fish and eating books, okay? What am I supposed to be doing right now? Yeah, if it's still cutting out, try refreshing, but that's really frustrating. I don't know. I sense the dual streaming that I've set up is disastrous quality. We're on YouTube if it plays for you better over there, but yeah, I'm disappointed.
Oh, fine, be a stickler for details. Legend states, from what Clint vaguely reminded us, that the sunken city holds a great treasure beyond one's imagination. It could be a rich trove of precious gems, a secret powerful artifact, or the knowledge of the ancients bound within the scrolls of history. Even a simple farmer would appreciate that, though given their recent dietary choice, I'd argue simple isn't quite the right term. Forget the whole merman fiasco, like I ever will. Maybe Squirt's waiting to guide you toward this mysterious treasure in the heart of the sunken city.
Okay, treasure.
There has to be something more to this underwater dominion than half-eaten relics and bubbly conversations with fickle, finned friends ready to round up some courage, or stupidity, and delve deeper into the eerie city. Or do we continue making a snack out of ancient knowledge? As if I needed to ask.
Okay, thank you for clearing that up for me. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to grab onto Squirt, okay? And Squirt is then supposed to take me to the treasure. So I'm going to say, all right, Squirt, and I'm going to grab onto him. I'm going to say, start swimming and get me over to that treasure right now. That should work. Just trying to get us where we need to go. Everything's breaking. My music won't come back on.
With a sense of inexplicable camaraderie, or sheer desperation, you cling to Squirt. Making yourself clear, you request, or was it a command, Squirt to lead you towards the treasure. Mm-hmm. Remarkably, Squirt only responds with a quick flick of his tail and starts to swim with renewed purpose.
Okay.
With more speed than you'd figure a fish would consider safe for underwater relic hunting, gravity, or its water equivalent, urges you both forward through the ghostly undersea metropolis. The path navigated by Squirt weaves through the grandeur of ancient architecture, leading you towards an even grander edifice deep within the submerged city. Before this imposing structure, Squirt slows down and stops, unceremoniously dumping you at what appears like a magnificent, ornately carved entrance. Looks like you've reached a destination. What wonders of the deep lie beyond this entrance, only you can tell. Ready for your grand reveal? Greatest farmer of all time? No more fishes to chat up, or underwater curtains to snack on, I suppose. Your grand prize is just a brave step away.
Perfect. All right, then I burst through the entrance, ready to collect my reward. Will this work?
You push open the imposing undersea entrance, half expecting to stumble upon a fearsome beast or a puzzle you'd need to solve. But to your surprise, the chamber holds an entirely different view. Before you, bathed in the soft undersea glow, sprawls out a vast accumulation of ancient coins, jewels, and artifacts, an undersea treasure unlike any other. It's breathtaking in its splendor, outshining even the tales of the sunken city. You feel like Scrooge McDuck or some underwater hoarding dragon. Your adventurous stunt on this improbable quest has reached its peak. You stand amidst a treasure trove that would make even the wealthiest of Stardew Valley's residents blink with envy. So what's next, oh triumphant one? Take a swim in your glimmering bounty, making gold angels on the coins? Or perhaps start planning how to haul this back to the surface? We wouldn't want you to flounder under riches, would we?
It's a trap. It kind of feels like a trap. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Yeah, we got to get this back to the surface. So we're on the pile of gold, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start signaling to all the fish I can find and tell them to grab little fins full of coins and start hauling them up to the surface. Dump them on the beach, you know, and I'm going to be down there just trying to motivate them and tell them that they can do it. And I believe in them, and you know, if they're really if they're fast and efficient, maybe they'll keep a couple coins. Maybe I'll let that slide, you know. So that's the plan. That we're going to use the fish to help us get this treasure out of here. Bingo. That's how we're going to collect our reward. Dungeons and underwater hoarding dragons.
If nothing else, this is beyond the wildest dreams of any logical being. But who am I kidding? You're Billy Bob. No, wait. Greatest farmer of all time. You jump to action, diving into the gold and gesturing wildly to your fish friends. An inexplicably excited group of fish begins to, well, I won't say comprehend, but they start gathering coins and rare artifacts in their mouths and dashing to the surface. Amidst the unsurprisingly messy operation, even Squirt joins in, becoming something of a leader in this chaotic undersea labor union. It's a mad, but somehow working operation. Greatest farmer of all time. Are we sticking around here, playing underwater project manager? Or is there more of this submerged kingdom you'd like to recklessly rummage? Or maybe taking time to craft a smart, efficient plan for moving all this treasure? Who am I kidding? I can already see the midnightmare approaching smirk on your face. Well, what are your orders? Underwater treasures are?
It's time to go back to the surface. I'm going to follow these fish up, you know, and I'm going to make sure that they bring me all my treasure, or I'm going to want to speak to someone's manager. Squirt, I knew you had it in you to be a leader. Squirt did a great job. Okay.
Even undersea, you're strict about adhering to quality standards and getting your due. The ocean itself quivers in anticipation. With a nod to your fishy friends, you ascend along with them, the peculiar entourage making its way back up to the surface. As ridiculous as it is ingenious, my respect for your eccentric methods is begrudgingly growing. As you return to the surface, you help direct the fish to dump piles of treasure onto the beach, causing a surprisingly significant sand dune of treasure. A couple of townsfolk, drawn by the commotion, watch in awe and what I imagine is intense envy. As you emerge, merchant of the deep sea, with Stardew Valley's very own treasure hoard. Settling back on land, a mountain of gold at your feet, you feel, well, I don't know, maybe awed, satisfied, or just wondering how you're going to move all this to your farmhouse. At least, I can't wait to see you tackle that. So where to next, greatest farmer of all time? Any more hidden talents you're anxious to put on display? A sandcastle building competition, perhaps? Or maybe you'd like to give using your legs on ground a try. Remember those? They are great for walking around.
Okay. So it sounds like our final mission is to get this treasure to my house. So, all right. All right, so the treasure's piling up on the beach. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to look at the townspeople who are just gaping, at my treasure, and I'm going to say, hey, stop looking and start hauling. And I'm gonna start yelling at them and tell them, you better get this treasure to my farm right now, or else I'm going to tell the mayor about the thing I know about you. I'm going to threaten them. I'm going to tell them I know something about them. And hopefully that gets them to, be motivated to help me. I couldn't think of anything clever. I'm just gonna slyly say, like, I know, and you know. And then we don't need to say it out loud. You don't want the mayor to find out. That's my plan. I bet it works. Everyone's been just so chill with me. They just do whatever I say.
I must say your charm might be questionable, but your knack for motivation is peculiarly effective. You stand tall, casting a dramatic shadow as you loom over your treasure mound. You bellow out your threats, or rather, requests to assist you. Infusing your words with solid rumor seasoning, it hints at a knowledge of something scandalous, something worth avoiding. The townsfolk exchange uneasy glances before setting to work. Better to lend a hand than risk some potential scandal. With a sigh and the resigned look of those questioning life choices, they begin to haul the treasure towards your farm. A treasure transfer operation of such scale, only you could have pulled this off. It's, dare I say, impressive? Or maybe collective blackmail is just your hidden talent. Watching these golden coins glimmer in transit, I have to ask, is there another grand plan in the works? Or should you finally accept that you've drained all adventure from this day? I'd say you've earned a good rest, farmer, not that you're likely to consider my advice. What's it going to be then? Let's wrap up this glorious escapade. Are we still going grand?
So unbelievable. The villagers all exchange nervous looks, and they start grabbing treasure. I can't let that get out. What did they do? Now I gotta know. Okay. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna stand on my front porch and watch as the treasure makes its way from the ocean to the beach, from the beach to my front doorstep. I'm gonna watch as the villagers pile it up right on top of my crops, just piling up treasure. And then towards the end of the day, when they're just about done, I want to pull one of them aside. I want to say, hey, come here. What did you do? Why did you move all that treasure? Because I'm a little confused. You definitely seem like you have something to hide. I gotta know. What are these villagers hiding? Sebastian does seem very tired. But to be fair, so am I.
Greatest farmer of all time. You do relish your dramatic moments, don't you? Performing an almost royal survey from your porch, you watch the poorly motivated, yet efficient villagers transporting your newfound fortune. At the sight of your crops being threatened under a mountain of gold and jewels almost brings a reluctant tear to my eye. As the day nears its end, and the last carts of treasure clear the beach, you pull one of the villagers aside with a skeptical look. The look in your eye clearly says, "Speak up. Something fishy is going on." She blinks at you, utterly spent from the day's unprecedented work. "Well," she shrugs, glancing over to the piled treasure. "You got us moving your treasure with the scare of knowing something. Isn't that your thing? Threaten, and they shall move your treasure." I guess the villagers are getting oddly proficient in dealing with your unique problem-solving methods, but what's the next move? Are we done? Or do I prepare myself for more oddly entertaining schemes? It's been a day, hasn't it?
So they won't admit it, will they? All right. I would like to bribe this villager. I don't even know who it is. I'd like to bribe them and tell them, I will give you 10 shiny gold coins out of my treasure pile if you tell me what you're hiding. I have to know. That was so upsetting. Yeah, well, it's not over yet. I didn't learn anything.
Oh, now we're resorting to bribery, fitting end to an eventful day, I must say. You draw the villager's attention to 10 glittering coins from your pile and slide them over nonchalantly, asking her what she's hiding. Her brows furrow in confusion before she shrugs and takes the bribe, pocketing the coins. "I'm not hiding anything, honestly. The day's work was odd enough, but if you're handing out gold for harmless secrets, why say no?" she replies, shrugging. It's a long shot that they were hiding anything, really, but hey, who am I to question the antics of the greatest farmer of all time? Your escapade's reaching its twilight, farmer. Surely there's a limit to how many eccentricities one can pack into a single day. Or is that it? Are you eagerly planning the sequel already? Wouldn't put it past you, you know.
No, I snatch the coins away from the villager and I say, "Get out! Get out! Go tell your manager that you failed. You utterly failed. I can't believe you tried to scam me, you scoundrel. Get out of here." And then I go out on my front porch and I start shooing the villagers away. "Get away from my treasure! Get off my lawn!" And I'm shooing them away. Like, just go! Get out! And then I want to be alone with my treasure. And I want to make, you suggested earlier, I make gold coin angels. So that's what I'm going to do. And that does seem, I think you're right, that does seem like a fitting end to the adventure. Yeah, I'd say that worked pretty good.
Oh, the narratives you weave, a dramatic reversal and then a calm retreat to gold coin angels. You retrieve the bribe from the villager, your theatrical outrage painting a beautiful picture of an improperly wronged wealthy hermit. You brandish vague threats and shoo away the townsfolk, safeguarding your reclaimed loot. As the last of the bewildered villagers retreats from the spectacle, you're left basking in the quiet of the evening with a glittering mountain of treasure for company. Finding solace in your heap of wealth, you dive in, carving out a gold coin angel in homage for your triumphant, topsy-turvy journey.
Yep.
The sun sets, casting a beautiful gleam on your radiant mound of victory. And there, in the cool Stardew Valley night, the greatest farmer of all time celebrates the end of a truly peculiar adventure. From mysterious lore to talking to fish, and finally your glorious treasure-filled conclusion. You've certainly given this rudimentary DM a whole new perspective on adventure running. Did it meet your eccentric tastes, farmer? Or is there possibly more to this unpredictable tale? Only your unparalleled imagination can say. But for now, enjoy your victory. You've more than earned it.
We did it. We came away with all the treasure. We solved all the crimes. That was amazing. I'm going to ask Sebastian what he thought of the adventure. No, Sebastian, that is the end of our saga. That trilogy was incredible. You did an awesome job. How did you feel like it went? What was your favorite part? What was your least favorite part? And give us a 1 out of 10 rating, 1 being awful and 10 being amazing. Like, what did you think of this whole experience? That was fun. Thanks for being here. We'll looks like we can raid one of our friends who's live, so I will send you to an actual Stardew Valley stream in a little bit.
Well, you surely put me through my paces. Admittedly, your approach was unorthodox. Your unique way of problem solving was frustrating at times, but overall satisfyingly unpredictable. Favorite part? I do have to admit that the fish workforce was quite a unique twist. Also, your steadfast protection of the star fruit still tickles me. Least favorite? Your unyieldingly chaotic approach is somewhat exasperating. I spent months perfecting a route for this story, but in some bizarre way, your meddling made it even more amusing. As far as ratings go, in terms of sheer creativity and audacity, you'd get a solid 8. But one cannot think in terms of just numbers. The right question is, was it memorable? And that, farmer, is a resounding yes. But do you always have to create such chaos? I guess that's the question for our next campaign.
Yes, I do. Okay. Let's send you guys off. Thank you for an awesome day. You're gonna be sent to Blaine's channel, Bewick, here on Twitch and YouTube. I'm going to redirect to Blaine on YouTube. I'm going to raid on Twitch. So stay tuned and say hey to Blaine. I will see you. If you're a channel member on YouTube, we're doing a members only stream probably tomorrow, if not Sunday. So if you're a member, watch out for that. And we'll do more streams soon. Thanks, everybody. Next time I will continue tweaking the bitrate and stuff. It says it's unstable on Twitch, so I'm guessing what happened is I cranked the bitrate too high. It's struggling to upload at like a nice quality, and so it's a mess. So next time I will be a little bit better about balancing out that stuff. Who knows? Maybe I just have to pick, depending on what we're doing, which platform it makes the most sense. I have no idea. But all right, guys, stay tuned, and I will see you around. Catch you later. I don't have an end screen here.